Wait a minute, did it start? Yes.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
And it did. Perfect. We have a wonderful time.
Yes, we do. Good thing I actually unmuted that in the perfect amount of time. So, let me actually check some real quick. So I have our fake overlay up, which that's just hilarious. I'm making sure my music isn't playing in the background. That one is. That's good. All right, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as my title indicates, I'm gonna be a nice boy today.
Are you though? I mean, we've been through this. You're not very nice as it is. You're not always a jerk, especially to in-game people.
Hey, that's people.
But I'm people too. If you're mean to one person, you're gonna be mean to all. Mostly.
True. And also, today's episode brought to you by our non-sponsored sponsor drink.
Oh, so that's what you're drinking.
Yep.
I'm drinking something else. Starts with a C.
I say you have betrayed our non-sponsored sponsor.
Because I don't have any.
Then buy some. Duh.
Why am I supposed to buy some? I can't walk to a store. The closest store here by walking is like 30 to 40 minutes.
Oh, I see.
And then back would be another one.
I see. My friend on dating was like, stop being nice.
Yeah, don't be nice. That's not a good thing.
So, should we keep the deal I told you yesterday about a $5 game if I'm nice for 3 hours straight?
It doesn't really seem like much of a grand deal.
I mean, it's not.
Also, there's not many $5 games out there.
Well, if you find a $10 game, I would buy that, because I do think there's some $10 game that is actually really good. I probably would
buy you one, and that's where the downside comes in.
Yeah, but hey, think about this. Do you have faith in me or not?
No, I do not.
No, so
I have no faith. I expect you to completely fail this.
Yeah, so what is the so if you think you're winning, is it that part of betting in life? It's like you can't be if you are sure to win. Is it really a gamble in life? Because
yeah, but this is you. You're kind of a wild card.
Yeah, but that's the good part about me.
Oh, there's plenty of topics.
Holy what?
What?
The fuck? This is why you should not check SFC on the streams.
Yeah, this is why I don't either. This is why I'm just here stream wise, not doing anything else.
I'm just like checking Discord, like, oh, I got a message on Discord. Check Discord. Give me your skin, George.
What? I'm not even gonna begin to ask anything about that. Anyway, so yeah, today's main overall deal, especially with the way our titles are, yeah, so this guy over here thinks that he can be nice, to me in particular, for about 3 hours. And trust me, he's not very good at being nice to me. He always has something to say. Some little thing to be on about. And the thing is, he can't be mean to me once. Once.
So do you want to put, so
you know what? A $10 game, $5, whatever the hell, it's on the line. All right.
Okay, the $10 game then, because I believe in the power of anime.
$10 bet. This is already gonna go downhill. If you're thinking about power of anime, like, not a lot of nice people in that.
I mean, it depends. Unless you watch like one of those really childish ones, there's like everybody's super nice to everyone, and you're like, holy fuck, this is so wrong.
Yeah, looking at you, Sailor Moon. Anyway. No.
No, actually, there's bad guys in that one, at least.
So, doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
You can still have an antagonist, but you know, we're talking about the main crew here.
yeah, but the main crew. I mean, isn't the main crew meant to be the nice crew?
Not always. There's always an anti-hero
okay,
that joins up with folks. Or
okay, Attack on
a jerk
Titan,
that just wants to be
basically.
nice.
Jäger is
Yeah, there's
not
a lot.
the
There's a lot of jerks, and then yeah, Aaron's definitely a big one.
and Levi.
Good point. Also, it's Levi, but anyway.
Levi, Leonard. I don't know. Yeah, now I start thinking about Leonard from what is it? No, not yeah, DiCaprio. The one from Community, that old guy.
I don't know. I haven't watched Community.
Oh, you should watch that. It's a good show.
I haven't watched that.
You
See, look at
just
that, we're
said
rambling on.
that, like.
I know. I'm repeating. I repeat.
Yeah, and I said again, you should watch that then. Like.
Okay, good for you. No, I will not continue that sentence because the metal machine is out of order.
And I can't respond with something mean because that's bad.
Yeah, don't do it. I'm just gonna keep pushing your buttons to see what happens.
Oh God.
I mean, it's one thing. Okay, one thing that is allowed is if you're referencing. If you're meaning me at one point, let's say we were talking. What is it? If you're talking about
me punching you in the
something you
back
said
in
before.
Halo like 50 times.
Yeah, I mean that you're just talking about it. You're not actually being mean. You're saying of how you were mean at one point.
Yeah.
So it's like
I was once a mean boy, but today I'm gonna reform and become nice.
As if. As if.
Think about be mean. My shot is like be mean. No, I'm not gonna be mean. I'm a nice, innocent cat.
Do you even know what like game you're wanting at this rate? Or
I
you
mean,
just,
I
like,
probably just gonna ask
fuck
for like a $10 gift card for PlayStation or something. That would be way better.
if I can do that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I know gift cards should work, but the question is because you live in the that unless you buy in a
I mean,
European
that's the thing,
store.
I can actually get a European one.
Yeah.
It's just. Oh my god. I could probably get one off Amazon. Like I can just go to Amazon, buy a European code, and just hand it to you.
Yeah, that I think that would be way better. Then I could use the $10 to something I could. Then hopefully I earn on that though, because $10 in Sweden is about 100, or around 100. No wait, yeah, 100.
Well, it's gonna be €10 because I mean it's a European card, so.
Yeah, and then you have to convert that into my currency, and that's so weird because with euro I can earn more. For you, a $10 game, I can maybe buy a game that's like $1 more expensive for you because of the exchange rate.
Well, hey, if a game's like €10 and like the US dollars, it's like $11 or $12 or more. They could go up higher. Somebody told me, no, what was it? It was like True was trying to get a Minecraft for me at one point, where he was saying I should get it. It was $30 at the time, and for him it was like €25 or £25. And he's at that point he's like, screw it, you know, he bought it for me, so we could save money on that bit. Like because at the time I didn't have a job, so it's like
Yeah.
might as well go ahead.
But that's like
more money.
so weird when it comes to exchange rates. Like you sit there, like that's a thing. Also, I have issues with when I'm paying certain stuff online, because I think no, my VPN is not going because that's in my currency. What is it? I think Twitch, my Twitch Prime, is paid in dollars. So every month it can be like what I pay is like 60 to 70 every month. But in reality it's like $5. Like it costs like $5 or something. And I pay like more than And I pay either more or less every month.
I gotta see this. Hold on a minute.
Are you gonna look up, my dear friend?
I'm seeing how much Twitch Prime actually is for me. Because it does not seem like it's that much.
Yeah, it's not that much. It's like super cheap.
Twitch Prime. Let's see how much money this actually is. Yeah, that doesn't freaking tell me much.
Yeah, I think you need to go to Amazon actually to check that because.
Yes, I'm in the United States. Congrats. You know where I live. Freaking Twitch already stealing stuff. Oh, cancel. Oh! Oh, I didn't think about that. Hold on a minute. Actually, I just went to his account.
Yeah, Twitch Prime is Amazon Prime. Is
Oh,
that when you say Twitch Prime?
Hold on. If I have, what does this say? Already have Amazon link to claim your Ooh.
Yeah. Oh my God, you can get a lot of.
I'm using someone else's Prime account. They don't have a Twitch, so I'm probably gonna ask them, can I link their account to my Twitch so I can just get the stuff from it.
Yeah, because like Destiny gonna give
that's one reason
you
why I'm
an
not doing
exotic weapon if you do.
Right. I mean, I'm not. It's the reason why I'm not. I don't have Prime myself is because they have it, and I'm using theirs. So.
But what is the price though for Prime?
I don't know. It kept wanting me to link. It wouldn't let me know.
Let me check it on the phone then.
Well, that's how much it is for you though. It could be different for me.
No, because I think I get the dollar version. As I said,
$10.99 a month. Apparently.
I'm not paying that much, so that can't be correct.
That's about what it says over here. And then again, that was a little while ago. Okay, this is very close. How much is it? Let's see. Scrolling down. Yeah, I get it. That tells me about what it can do.
Yada.
Price.
€5.99 is €6 per month for me.
Okay, it says right here, if you're not a member of Amazon Prime or whatever, Twitch Prime will cost $12.99 a month if you don't do the annual plan. This is what Prime. So, are you doing the annual plan or the
monthly?
Well, hold on. Being a Twitch Prime member lets you have access to one subscription every month being applied to any streaming line. Yeah, I already know about that. The $5.99 should be the other bit, but that's not how it works. I have no idea. But yeah, it's $12.99 for me.
Why is it more expensive for you to have Prime than me?
Every US thing is more expensive. You should know that by now. It's like the super bit of capitalism.
That's so broken though.
California? I don't know about that.
Wait, let me check something. I paid like €6.
I mean, that's the thing though. I mean, like I said, I'll probably just ask them, can I link it? And if they're okay with that, be like, alright, cool. Then I'll do it. I almost did it on accident because it's signed on my phone.
You literally paid double the price than I do for the same service.
Well, that is again capitalism. Full of it. It's not complete capitalism. It's whatever it is. Market is, I don't forget what it's called.
It's called something stupid. Like every political problem.
It's like in between. There's like, there's the capitalism and the communism side, and it's like that bit that's like kind of in the middle almost. It's leaning closer to capitalism, but it's not complete.
Holy fuck. It's apparently more expensive in Canada.
Jesus. But yeah, it's whatever it is. It's like a market thing, I guess. It's just that deal. But regardless, yeah, people can charge high prices if they want. Kind of rough. And this was from a couple weeks ago, that article I was reading. It was like a couple weeks ago when it was made. So it's accurate. I didn't change it.
Oh, you get Prime monthly? I only have Prime Video. Is the expensive one that gives you unlimited music streaming, unlimited photo storage, and unlimited reading.
Well, that's
So Prime Video itself costs only like $8.99 apparently. Still, that's like $3 more than my.
It's pretty rough. Maybe that's why yours is cheaper, because it doesn't come with as much. Could be that. They lower it because it has less features.
And no, because here you have a plan called just Prime Video, and it just gives you Prime Video.
Even still. Well, we have both. We have Prime Video and Prime Delivery.
Yeah, that's probably what you cover, because I don't know if Europe have that yet, like Amazon Prime stuff. UK may have it, but I don't think a lot of other countries does have it yet.
But I've used it quite a bit. Helps a lot. Kind of sucks though, because I mean, I can't really do much here lately because nearly everything's out of stock.
Canada also have Amazon Prime stuff.
It sucks. Like almost a month ago, maybe a little bit before that, you know, I was checking for computer parts around, and I could buy literally everything I wanted. I had the money too, and I could. Problem is, I just wanted leftover money afterwards, and now everything I want is out of stock. So it's like, part of me is like, ah, crap. At the same time, it's like, well, I have more time to actually gain the money that I want left over. And I'll come back in June, so, you know, next month. Yay me.
I wonder if we have Uber Eats in Sweden.
I never used it. I don't use Uber Eats. Apparently DoorDash is somewhere allowed near my area. Don't use it either.
What? You said something again. I got too focused on one of the comments. You said something about Uber Eats.
So close to being in that red field. Anyway, I was saying that I don't know if in my area they even have Uber Eats, but I know they have DoorDash, but I've never used it.
I mean, it depends. I mean, it depends. Isn't that a restaurant thing? Like because we have a similar thing in Sweden. That is what I use is called Foodora. Very like Uber Eats, and it has a selection of restaurants. You sign up and stuff for that.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. There's another one, I forgot what it's called, but it's for groceries. You know, they'll go out, go get your groceries, and then bring it to you. I don't think they have it here, but yeah. It's a thing, apparently. That you literally just, you know, give them a shopping list, they go buy it, and they bring it to you.
Yeah, we have
so
one.
You pay for your grocery list and their gas, and extra as a, you know, tip.
Yeah, I mean we have a thing from the store itself that we can do, but that's really expensive because I think they cover like everything. You can buy like a bag.
I mean, like I said, it's, you know, you buy you're buying your groceries, you're buying their gas, a extra fee they charge, and also a tip. So it's like, it's quite a bit.
Yeah, we don't have tips in Sweden like you do, because everything is counted into everything we buy already.
I mean, tips are really just a nice gesture. They're not necessary, but it's a nice gesture. I mean, you don't do it, you're a prick.
Yeah, that's the issue. Like, USA has
tip your freaking drive-through worker or something. I'm saying, like, you know, if it's a server or something like that, then yeah, you're gonna tip them if they did a good job. You know, if they didn't do too good of a job, you're either gonna leave them a low tip or no tip.
But isn't that the thing that you should always leave? Is it 15% as the lowest?
Yes. No, that's highest.
Oh, what is
the? It's more like the preferred do 15%, but you could do lower. What really sucks is that I went to a sort of tourist area, which I've mentioned it on Discord before, but I went to a tourist area around December-ish, maybe January, and I got screwed over at a restaurant because for some odd reason they were doing they had like a photographer running around, like be like, oh hey, we'll take little pictures of everyone here, and like, you know, there's me and my entire family. Mostly, you know, like a lot of my family, and they're just like, oh yeah, why not? I'm like, all right, sure. If it's not too much money, I'll pay for it, because they were gonna give you a free postcard anyway. I'm like, all right, take it. do all that. Ended up spending $30 on those, and then $70 on the meal. I spent $100 that night. It was for 4 people that I spent the money on. 4 people.
Yeah,
Quite stupid.
that's
And
expensive.
yeah, it wasn't even that good of a place. The place sucked.
That's even worse.
Sucked. The food kind of sucked. And at the same time, the waiter wasn't really that grand of a waiter. And when I look at my receipt, she literally circled best service, because it's supposed to be the customer circles it. The customer will put, like, there's like a tiered list of, like, how good your server was. So you circle that, and they will, if you give them your card, they'll take that much percentage out of it. But no, she did it the best performance. So I had to spend the full 15% because she said it was, she put it as the best. She's not supposed to do that. I was literally about to go right back in there and freaking really get onto her. Like, the whole deal, they're like, hey, you can't be doing that. But nope. Didn't do it. I should have, in hindsight. I should have went back in there and just be like, you circled this, and no, I don't believe you did that good a service. But no, whatever.
Yeah, I feel like
she should have got like 9%.
Like, your culture is so broken when it comes down to it. Like, because if you don't,
just money. Well, it's built on. It's like money, capitalism.
And wasn't that like the idea to escape from? Is like go from like having rich people controlling the country. That was like the plan for United States.
It's not much of a plan. I mean, it's not really that the rich people are controlling it. They don't really get touched. They should. And everybody keeps freaking out about that. Like, we're saying that the lower middle class, maybe a bit of the middle class, but like, they don't really need to do as much of taxes, and they should start taxing the richer people because, they have more money, they get more income, they should be taxed more. But at the same time, it's like they're just a lot of people being up against that. Like, no, that shouldn't be it. There shouldn't be it. You shouldn't do that. I'm like, why not? I don't see a problem in it. I'm pretty sure one of the party sides do that, like Republican or Democratic. Like, one of the sides are actually about that. But I'm like, I don't really choose a side anyway.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You and me are both like centrist people. We try to make fun of every side.
Pretty much. And then everyone. Apparently, that's another thing though. When people, if you try to say I don't care about whichever one, like, oh, that must mean you're liberal. Like, no.
No, because then you're on the left side.
No, because liberals is another one.
Yeah, but liberals, isn't that a left-wing thing? Yeah, it's a left-wing. I think it's like
is in this channel.
Yeah, but it's like a left-wing thing, and that's the thing. The moment you don't agree with anything, you're apparently a liberal. Like, holy.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, I knew they were left.
Stupid. I mean, I don't know. It's completely stupid. I mean, I don't really care for it, and this is one of the reasons why I don't vote for anyone, because I don't care. He's gonna screw up the country. You know what? That is your own fault. Don't try to bring me into this. And they try to be like, well, you could have actually been there to choose. You could have been the deciding factor. Like, yeah, one person out of like however many votes, and then the electoral.
Yeah, because your broken system is so good. I mean, because Hillary won the election by like a lot, still lost because
the personal votes, like in the people votes, and then the electoral college chose Trump. And they're like, oh well, it chooses there, so therefore we pick him. Like, that's not how that works. That shouldn't be how that works. Like, how is a democracy gonna work if you're gonna have just the government?
It's like if you sit in a fucking classroom, like, okay, so 20 people wants to do this, but because this other 10 people has a higher grade, they win. Because,
Pretty much. That's a very inaccurate analogy. That's basically what it is. It's just like, oh, these 10 people are the smartest in the class, and the rest of you are not. This is a majority vote, so screw you guys. We're gonna go with their choice.
Because they're the intelligent one. Isn't it like Which isn't it like I think it's California has the highest in number or something. I don't remember which because I
What
watched
Texas about that one?
I think I watched 2016 election. No, not that one. The one before that with when Obama won the second time. I think it was that one.
So Obama and Romney.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it was, but like that one. That was the last time I think because that was when I learned about the system, and I'm like, okay, so depending on where you're
Just had to
from.
do it on Tuesdays. It pisses me off. Because I have shows I watch on Tuesdays, and one day when it was like, oh, this is going to be a extremely good episode, and then it's just like, they didn't say beforehand they were going to skip it. And it was just like, oh, and we're going to play the freaking elections and all this other stuff because it's very important for our country. And I'm like,
No,
it
it's
really
not.
isn't. I really don't care. Like, can I just skip this and go watch the show I want to watch? Because your stupid election can get the hell out of here. I do not give a damn.
Yeah, but like I think it was
It always
like,
pisses me off. I hate it every time.
but yeah, and that's the
I mean,
thing. Like,
it's one thing if like the like provider at the channel or whatever says like, oh hey, we're going to come back in 2 weeks on the next episode because of this. It's like, okay, you know, at least I get that. But if they say it's gonna be on next week and it's not gonna be, like, okay, now you just now you make me mad.
yeah, I don't watch elections like, and like I don't say a point. Like I can. I mean, the American election is kind of interesting because it's so dumb and broke. But like, it's interesting the first time you watch it. Then it's like, okay,
It was never interesting for me. The first time I've ever seen anything political, I was immediately bored out of my mind and did not want to be a part of it. I did not care.
well, I have
We even
been
had
like,
in class one time when I was in like elementary. We had a hold on. We had like a class election type of deal, except it was just like, you know, we had the actual people who were getting elected, like, you know, the actual presidents, and it's like, oh hey, pick who you want to pick. And I but if I pick someone out of random because I had no idea who in the world either one of them were. I had no idea who they were. And I just like threw it in there, whatever, I don't care. Because obviously it doesn't mean anything, you know, it's just a classroom doing that for the heck of it. And then one of the students just had to come up to me and just be like, oh, you voted for that guy? What the heck? Why didn't you vote for the other guy? I'm like, I don't know either one of them. I don't really care. I just did this because the classroom's forcing me for a dang grade.
hmm,
Stupid
yeah,
people trying to throw their elitist views onto me.
yeah, how dare people have views that is different than mine?
No, it's when they force it onto you that's the annoying part. It's just that one thing that always annoyed me. It's like every time in like lower bits of score or something, they would always try to enforce that thing of, hey, you live in this country, you need to be a patriot for this country for having like you need to be so crazy about it, know everything, and love it to death. And I'm like, no, I don't need to do any of that. I could go my entire life without knowing a single thing about this place, and I could be just fine.
And I mean, I can get it.
Useless input.
Like, I can get like, oh yeah, I live in this country. It's a good country, but I don't give a fuck about it because it just doesn't affect me that much. What happens? If who wins the election doesn't affect me. Who the fuck is like? I don't get election stuff in general. Like, oh, you need to vote. Let's go watch Idol because that's how we fucking determine how people are good or bad at singing. Like no, that's not how you determine. If you like them, you like them. You don't have to fucking vote at one person to determine who's good.
That's pretty much right.
I mean,
I don't know.
I kind of like the talent shows though because that's kind of interesting stuff. Like at least it got a
Yeah,
variety. Like, but singing contests, no. Oh,
yeah, it
that's
just bore the heck out of me. I don't really care for those. But back to my other point though, just I don't know. People think that if you live in a country, you have to like it. You have to like it to live there. It's like you really don't. I mean, really, I was just born here.
yeah.
And I mean, yeah, in reality, sure, America or well, U.S. I should say, is a lot better than a lot of other countries. Like, you know, would you rather be born here or some third world one? Like, well, really, you'd rather be born here, but still, it's the point.
But then
You
also,
don't have to go crazy.
and here's also an issue. Like,
Do I have a lot more benefits than a lot of other people? Sure, but do I like being here? Not really. I mean, at the moment, I don't, because it's like, you know, I've really done a lot.
I'm
There's always
telling
some
you,
stuff
we
to
should
do.
buy a house and move in together.
Pretty sure we already made that decision with the entire like Discord group we have,
Yeah.
but like only 3 people are okay with that. Like everyone else is just like kind of iffy.
I mean,
Oh,
you
it was
and
like
me
5
kind
years
of
ago or something.
would fit because you would sit in, because that would be so good. Because still, one of my plans is to be at least more like, then you and me could stream our podcast in a more
Literally in one room, we can have a room dedicated at that point.
yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, you know, if we were to keep doing that, we got like a streamer house at that point, or
Eh.
whatever. It's kind of like I wouldn't mind doing, but at the same time, I wouldn't want one of those days where it's like, or I don't know.
Like here's
That's
the
the
thing,
thing for me. I do need my own space. I can't just have it's like, oh hey, let's go off and do this. Like no.
that's why you should have a big house where you can have different rooms, because I feel like when it comes down to that, it's like, oh, I want to be alone.
Well, that's the thing though. If we all had like the big house, obviously we'd all pitch in. That's kind of the point of a multiple people moving into the same house. It's like, you know, we'd all pitch in and to afford the place.
Yeah.
So it's like, no,
I buy all the drugs that we sell. Wait a second. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. We are
all
doing
the,
totally legal
the
stuff.
concrete, the asphalt. Let's not forget the sugar. That's you would do that sound effect. And the salt. Yeah, that's a lot of terms. This is wrong. Anyway, no, none of that. I don't know. It just. Yeah.
But here comes another issue. Like,
It's a lot of like places that I actually like to. Or when it comes like if I had my own place, there'd be a lot of plans for what I do with a lot of it.
God, you would be able to stream more.
Well, yeah, for sure. Well, it depends.
Yeah, and
Depending on
also
where I'm working at the time, it's like I might be way more tired than usual.
yeah, but at least when you're like,
Already
say
more
the
tired
day
than usual.
when you have days off or have like, then you can be like, oh, I feel like streaming right now. Like, you don't have to worry about a lot of other stuff instead of
Just go forward.
yeah. I think that's the one of the benefits of. I
That's
always
mostly
do it, but
fine. Again, if I had the door, I mean that worked just fine. But it's not really a big deal right now.
I
I mean, at the
mean,
moment we're already thinking about moving out at some point. Like not me specifically. I mean, like, you know, moving to another house. All of us.
mm.
It'll take a while before that one.
And then you're gonna be like that. How long time before the door breaks?
Well, I'm not gonna be an idiot like I was in my childhood, slamming the dang door all the time, which broke out one of the hinges.
And what's gonna happen now?
That's what happened. Like the
I
hinge
think
on
you're
the
gonna have to
on
put
the-
up a sign on your door or something that's like, "Don't come in without permission."
Honestly, I'm just gonna have a cable that goes through, and it's gonna be like a marquee. So it's just gonna be like on the door that says live, like, you know, now live or whatever.
Or you just put the
What is it?
electricity on the handle.
Everyone who comes up, like, you know, that's
Like,
what Kevin's
you-
having, Kevin the door.
Your mom comes to tell you it's food, like, oh, puts the hand on the handle, and you're like, and you're like, it smells food. Is someone cooking?
Turn the electricity off on the door, like, oh, that's what's cooking. All right, I'm just gonna shut this back now. Going to contemplate my rest of my life, which is probably the next week. Cause I'm gonna be dead. Yeah, that ain't happening. Nah,
Hey,
but
what's
like I said, let's put a sign on
self-defense?
the door. On what? You just come in to tell me food was there. You just come in to tell me that it was food, and then I do that. Like, yeah, that's not a good idea. One day. We'll see. At the moment, it's not really.
One day, that sounds way worse out of context. Like, one
But
day.
one day I'll have like a room with a door that's a bigger room, because I mean, mine's fine. It's just there's not a lot of space. And I have a lot of ideas for like a setup I'd like to use.
And you need a green screen.
I mean, that'd be nice, but not necessary.
I wish I had a green screen again.
I need a better webcam beforehand, because mine's fine. It's a little.
It's a little bit old.
That and it's a little grainy, like on the video feed. A lot of film grain.
Yeah, I think again that's because of the age.
Well, I mean, it's a C270. They're in like the C900s right now. What do you think?
Okay. Then when you talk about stuff like that, you know you have me lost, right?
Well, do you even hear? Just think of the number. You don't need to know what I'm talking about. The webcam is a C270. They're in the 900s right now.
Yeah, but we have like cars that
There you
still
go.
have the same number from the 70s today.
Well, I'm saying the company in that. I'm saying that they go up higher in number. So I'm saying of how far off my model is to the newer one. From a 2 to a 900. You can guess. From a 200 to a 900. It's quite a lot. And obviously, it's not one individual number. It's like, it's
Yeah, it's
a couple
like
of twos, a couple of fours, all that crap. You get it.
yeah,
takes
it's
a
like
lot.
the dumbest stuff. It's like a series. It's like here you have the 960. Okay, where's the 950? Like where's the 959? No, we have the 950 before that. So there is no numbers between that. You have nine. Is that like one of the GTX? It's like 950 and then it's like 960.
Yeah, theirs is weird.
What is it with
But if I
Nvidia?
go-
Instead of doing like 1, 2, 3, 4, like a
Well,
normal.
if that was the case, then it wouldn't make much sense. Oh, hey, I got those. What? Well, at that rate, they wouldn't even be at the 900s or anything. They started at like, I don't know, 600 maybe? It'll be like, right now, they'd be like 622. Like, yeah, no, we'd be really behind.
Yeah, and confused by that companies also start on a number in the middle of a chart instead of be like 1.
Okay, so C930 is the latest, I think. C930E.
How much does it cost?
What's that? It costs 192.
Ooh, that's an expensive cam.
Oh yeah. Oh, then there's another one, but that's like very low views. It's like 229. Like, oh, that's a little more expensive. That's low reviews.
I would want
I
a
mean, there's
camera. Like, I would want a camera that I can both have in my PC and carry with me. Because I wanna be like, I wanna be able to do more vlogs, but I can't do that because,
Well, I mean,
have
just
terrible
buy
cameras.
buy like a higher up one, I guess. I mean, buy like a handheld camera.
Yeah.
I don't know, buy a
But
Canon.
also, I'm like you, I don't have anything interesting in life happening, so it's like, you sit there and be like, okay, so, vlogging! Good idea!
Exactly. That's why I
Where's
quit
the
mine.
interesting part?
I started making vlogs and I just quit because there's no point now. This has effectively become my vlogs, as these podcasts that just talk about whatever's going on.
Yeah.
If I have
From a
anything
news,
important to say about
from
my
a
own
news
life, I go
podcast to, I don't know
Right.
anymore.
That's pretty much it. It went from a news podcast, tech-wise, to just a couple of nerds just rambling about BS.
Like, so you had structure, yes. What happened? You see live.
You see, we had structure. It was called a topic list. You know what happened to that thing? Threw it the hell out of it.
It still exists, but we don't use it because
Well, yeah, we don't use it. It's literally just sitting there. I still have it. I could delete the document. I haven't. It's just sitting there, doing nothing. We don't
it's
touch
like
it.
one of those like games you installed like 200 years ago, and then you're like, oh, I have
So
this
all my
installed.
Xbox games. Because I have like 170 games installed. I don't play any of them.
You play like 3 of them or something.
Rough, maybe 4. But
No,
yeah.
wait,
I play them
technically
every
what?
now and then.
Well,
I play Destiny on it. I play the new game I just got, Halo. What else do I play on it right now? I'm trying to beat the first Doom so I can play Eternal.
Yeah.
So,
I want
and
Eternal also, but I also need to finish the first game that I deleted because I needed space. I also
need to
fucking
first, 'cause I
deleted
just
Star Wars Battlefront
Hun-
because it was over 100 gigabytes.
I'm about to uninstall mine
Yeah, you can do that because it's
because
112
it's
gigabytes.
so much space. I mean, the problem is I've been reading a lot of news about how it's gotten a lot better than what it used to be. Like a lot of people are like, oh, it's so much better since they threw out loot boxes and stuff like that. Or they still have loot boxes, but it's like not bad and it doesn't cost money or anything. It's just by level. But
Yeah.
they take that all away and they add in a bunch of new maps, bunch of features, characters. Every time there's like a new Star Wars official character, they're like, oh hey, we'll just throw that in there. Like how the in the Star Wars Clone Wars series, they have a Darth Maul in that, but they also had a Darth Maul in the first first movie. So they have two different versions of him now that are in the game. It's like, okay.
They stopped on major update. Well, I don't know about that because I got a major one for a few days ago from Battlefront.
Yeah, they have a bunch of stuff going, but like I said, I wouldn't mind playing it more. It's just it's so much space. I just had to buy another hard drive for my PS4, I guess. I mean, that's you can blame my dad on that one. He's the one who bought the game. He wanted it in the first place. I mean, sure, I wanted it too, but
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad game. It's
he
just
bought it
that.
and he played PS4 more is the problem. Like we got it and he played on the PS4 more because for whatever reason, so he got it on that. Well, I had the first game on my Xbox. Then he bought the same game on PS4. Never really played it because then shortly afterwards we got the second one on PS4 and he just played it on that. Like, okay. Even though he doesn't really play the multiplayer or anything,
Are they?
it's just.
Oh
for
yeah,
me.
the multiplayer
He
is
just wants to do the
decent on
offline
that
stuff.
game.
He just wants to do offline stuff, and I'm like, well, there's not much there because it's running out in the world.
Yeah.
Anything offline is just running out now because apparently everyone thinks we need everything to be online only. No one cares about local split screen or any couch co-op or anything like that. That shouldn't exist anymore apparently. I just we've talked about this to death on another episode, but yeah, it still kind of annoys me.
I just think that's dumb.
Mm.
Online, I can see it for certain games like online only, but for some games like if it's a free-to-play game and it's online only.
We'll say this, like Destiny, for example. I don't think that should have, any couch co-op or split screen. No, that shouldn't have it. That wouldn't make any sense. But, say Call of Duty, like, their campaigns or their co-op modes, or even just having split screen online on the multiplayer. That I think would be perfectly okay.
Oh, they did on the on Black Ops 3.
Yeah, they did, but they don't on Modern Warfare, like the new one, because I'm saying like split screen for multiplayer. They took it off. It's not there anymore. You can actually sign in another player. That's the thing. There is an option to
Apparently
add
you can.
It says that. But every time I do it, it won't work.
Huh.
It limits yourself to the training grounds, and if you go to it, it doesn't work. The training grounds don't launch. So it's like, then what's the point in this? I can't even have a private match with 2 people and just add bots. Can't do it. Won't let me. Like, I would be okay if it just let me do that.
Nope. And isn't the local really broken right now? So if you try to go offline, it's...
Well, I'm saying, yeah, the offline bit, it's kind of weird. I don't know what's wrong with it. The main thing is that people have tried, say someone's in the middle of a campaign. This is a PC bug, I think. I don't know if it works on Xbox, but on PC or PlayStation, but on Xbox, yeah. On PC, there's a weird bug that happened where it's basically if someone's playing campaign on Modern Warfare and they get disconnected for any reason, then the whole game just closes.
Huh?
The whole game would shut off. Yep. The whole game will shut off because it has no connection. You'll get booted to the main menu, or the whole game will close because there's no connection to their server, so you can't play campaign. Yeah, either, and it has nothing to do with the servers. So it's like...
Oh, so it's online only on PC. What? That's so
Apparently.
dumb.
I don't know if it's on the other stuff.
Yeah, no, we have local, but I think it's kind of broken because I remember if you don't have internet and you try to play, it says it's corrupted, and
That's basically what happens. Yeah, it does that. It'll say it's corrupted when, and it'll just immediately cancel off, even though you're in the middle of playing the mission. It just boom, corrupt, gone, crash. Just crashes the whole game. It's like, okay, well, I guess wasn't in the middle of playing a mission, enjoying my life for the current time anyway, because it's a damn good campaign. I enjoyed it. Way too short though. Should have really gone longer. No one cares about long campaigns anymore. Why don't they? That's a topic we haven't discussed.
Yeah,
if it's a story-based only game, so like Last of Us or what else?
Oh, okay.
A lot of PS4 exclusives. If you have like Last
Those
of
are
Us, Uncharted,
almost always like really
Detroit
good
Become Human
campaigns.
or whatever. Like they have long ones because that's their game.
Yeah,
their game is meant to be a story game, and some of them do have multiplayer modes, which that doesn't count, but they still focus on the campaign itself. Any other game that has another focus, they don't do much of the campaign, so like it'd be too much money, or they don't really care too much.
that's the thing. Like,
we care. If
yeah,
they made a Call of Duty or Halo or Destiny, whatever, any game that a lot of people play, and they made like a, I don't know, more than 10 hours, just, or even more than freaking 4 or 6.
Okay.
They just make like a many-hour campaign. I'd enjoy it. I would enjoy the hell out of it.
The Destiny campaign is like what?
5 hours each. 5 hours. Like,
No, I think the first one was 5
5
hours. The second one was we did in 3.5 or something.
I mean, I can check right here. Oh.
Let's wait. I think the first game had longer longer campaigns though.
The first game, yes, it had.
But I think it took us 2 episodes for the first campaign, for the original campaign, for the Destiny 1 campaign. And then the rest is DLCs. And I think we did the 2 expansions in 1 episode.
Well, like I said, it's let's see. We had the episode 0, which I'm not counting, even though it had it most of the beginning, but it was 2.5 hours. Most of it was just messing around, so can't really count it. I'm not going to. The rest of the main campaign in Destiny 2 was 5.5 hours, almost 5:40. So
yeah, and
that
was first episode.
Then the Curse of Osiris was over 3.5.
Yeah. So, and then we have Warmind on Wednesday or Thursday, depending on.
Sometime, Candy. We can only hope. Anyway, I mean, yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna try to do more Warmind. Try to start up Warmind, finish it. I still need to.
And if we have like a few hours left on Wednesday, we're probably gonna do continue a little bit of the event also. Like we did this Monday. Oh yeah, that was Monday. We did.
When the event ends, it's like the 7th or 11th. I don't remember which.
Wasn't it the 21st it ended?
No. It's like 7th or 11th. I can check real quick. Yeah, I don't know. We'll give that a go. Hopefully tomorrow. I would hope. We're really gonna try it. Gonna get back into Ocarina of Time Randomizer, except new save,
and a little bit of a different character storyline.
Yeah, so beforehand we used the Ocarina of Time Online 1.0, and the way that worked is, how do you expect Ocarina of Time, and you just change the colors of your tunic. You could still do that, but we want to step up ahead because now you can put in custom models, and they've already added some custom models, so now that's what we are.
I am gonna be the weirdest transition from my character to another character.
You are, because my character can be used as both child link and adult, so it's perfectly fine. Yours are 2 different characters, and it's like, okay.
Like, think about that.
I mean, you can mention it, but I won't mention the characters.
I'm not gonna say anything. I wanna have it as a surprise, because if I can stream tomorrow, my God, you're gonna see a randomizer tomorrow On my channel. I know, surprising.
Hope.
I do good games.
I mean, if you can't, I'd say this: if you can't stream it, you can. I don't know which one would actually be worse. Probably the recording. I was about to say you could try recording, but that might be worse on you than streaming. I was about to say one of the two you could try, and go from it on that.
I think I should be able to stream because if you didn't get that high, and we're probably gonna use Skype then if I can rather tomorrow then.
We'll probably use Skype because Discord is clearly having issues.
Yeah, and today both of us was like, oh, both our internet is fine, but this guy is like, no.
Yeah, Discord was just basically breaking constantly. Like, we kept lagging out, so we had to switch over to Skype. So yeah, we're using that. Good God, Vision, so much more. We just need a chat client. We need to stop using these other stuff. Use an actual chat client like TeamSpeak or whatever. Like, it'd probably work out better.
Oh, I have never used TeamSpeak.
Neither have I. There's other stuff too. I think even Razer made their own, but I'm not even gonna begin to go for that. Okay, the Guardian games end on May 11th. So
we need to do an event this week.
Yeah, we could do another one. That is 8 days.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna ask you yesterday.
Next week.
Yeah, but I was gonna ask you yesterday if we were gonna play some Destiny just for the fun of it, just to get through some event stuff, but I forgot, or I didn't want to ask because I don't know why. I'm weird like that.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask yesterday, did you want to go ahead and set up that randomizer and just play then? Because I was like, yeah, I kind of really want to. But I just set it up myself and just left it there. Like, it took me forever to figure out how to get the models to work. Because the thing is, you have to have the Ocarina of Time Online plugin turned on for the models to work. I didn't know that. Because I was trying without it, and I'm like, it's not loading, it's broken. And then I turned it on, I'm like, oh, now it works. And plus, I have a lot of new things I'm adding into it. My own custom, or not my own, but I'm adding in custom textures to make it more high res, just for a different look. I have an overlay, which I gave to you, that will show all the items that we get.
Hopefully it works on your stream, then otherwise you may have to do.
It should, because I'm going to overlay it on top of the emulator anyway, because I have that program I sent you. The overlay program, so it just overlays onto my normal screen, so I'll see it when I'm playing the game.
But what if the stream can say it, because that would be good also.
Yeah, it will, because it's capturing my entire screen. So stream will be fine.
Oh. Good. I do game captures.
Figure out. Yeah, I do that capture card. Thing I need to figure out is last time, or it wasn't last time, I was in a Discord call playing a tabletop simulator with people in our group. And one of them wanted to watch, so I tried plugging the capture card. It did not want to work. Like, I think it's the USB port, like that second one I usually use. I tried plugging it in, and out of nowhere, it's like, oh, disconnected, connected, nope, disconnected. It just kept doing that. I'm like, what is going on? And I've been noticing it the last couple streams.
Yeah, didn't you see it, like, wasn't it we played either Halo or something, and you started saying that it was like, no, not Halo, I think we played like 2-3 weeks ago when we played Destiny. You said it was like.
Well, it wasn't Destiny.
No, not Destiny. We played Sky Factory, I think. When we played Sky Factory.
Yeah, there we go.
Because I think you said that you heard like it started disconnecting like 20 times, and you're like, "What is happening?"
It disconnects like it does that. So I may have to use one of the ports in the back, which I have a USB hub in the back, so that's fine. I could just grab the cable, plug it in there, and it should work fine. It should. So if it does, we're good. Because if it's the cable, I do already have another cable for it. The problem is it's a short cable. It's not as long as the actual normal one it comes with. So I should be fine cable-wise. It's just, yeah, that front one's messing up for some reason. I don't know what's going on. So I'll figure it out, get it sorted. We can stream more stuff. But yeah, because... I just really want to play that now. It's all in my mind. Like, I want to really get back to the randomizer. Yeah. I'm wanting to do it for a while now, but we got stuck, and I just didn't want to go through it. I was like, it's just so much work.
We talked about going back to it, though.
I kept trying to fix that glitch, or I glitched through into Zero's domain because we were stuck there.
And
Like,
then
I could never do it.
like then we like gave. I think you both of us basically gave up
We
on
just
it.
gave up, and now they made the new version, which I'll mention. I mentioned it to you already, but everyone else I'll mention. One of the reasons why we're not going back to the original save is because the new version isn't compatible with old saves. They use another emulator for it, so the saves are not compatible. So I have to make a new one anyway, which is
And
fine with me because
yeah,
we made
and we like added in the lullaby this time, cause
yeah, we gave ourselves Zoda's Lullaby because that is required almost everywhere you go in the beginning. You need it in the Goron city to actually talk to the person to initiate the quest. If you don't already have bombs or the bracelet, if you have the bracelet already or you have the bombs, you can just go ahead in. But there's that, and then
hopefully we
Zora's
get the
Domain. You need it
bracer
to open
early.
the waterfall. We do.
Yeah, the
We
waterfall
kinda
you
do.
have to have the lullaby either way.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope we have the bracelet sometime. The thing is, I've downloaded a spoiler log, which shows more literally everything is, but I'm not going to look at it. I just have it for, you know, if, say, we're taking like an hour, 2 hours to freaking find one thing, it's like, okay, I'm just going to figure out what this one item is.
This is why I also want to stream, because last time when we were playing,
Yeah,
he was
last
like
time
running around like a circle and be like, where is it? Where is it? I was like,
I was running around in a circle, and at the same time, I was also trying to do a Navi dive, which is a glitch tactic. It's where you're at a water point, you sit on the edge, and right when Navi pops up in the corner, like wanting to talk to you, you do a jump backwards where you're still facing backwards. Immediately activate Navi, and you just sink to the bottom of the water floor. So you sink to the bottom, so that way I could just go straight into Zero's domain through the lake. But couldn't get it to work because Navi never wanted to talk to me.
yeah, he got cold shouldered by both the girl in Melon, a spider, and a mermaid.
Yeah, so I turned that off. We no longer get ice traps. I was thinking about it. I was like, I still want ice traps,
but the thing would be if you could have made it so it's like kind of be activated in the first areas.
That's the thing. The thing I could do with it is have like ice traps or just run away in the pool, or ice traps will only happen with junk items. So if you get a junk item of any kind where it's not really necessary,
like a deconut or something,
then that will become an ice trap.
Yeah, that should be better, to be honest. Like,
I mean, I could have turned that on, but
oh, by the way, did you put the hen in the pole or not?
No. The chicken is still going to be given to Melon. She's always going to give it, I think. So we're good in that case. We will always have it, so we can start.
That was like the best thing.
Because I literally have it. I'm actually editing, or like I have it on editing because I haven't been doing it lately, but in the highlights of our stream, I have it where I'm talking like, oh, this is going to be our beginner randomizer, and I put in quotations, beginner. Okay. Like, yeah, beginner. Go, sure.
Yeah, like, he was like, this is a beginner. Like, it took us hours to just find the glove.
Well, okay, it was fine going outside. It was like, oh, we're in the Deku tree. Everything's going perfectly okay. We leave the Deku tree. Oh, God. Everything fell to pieces.
Isn't the spider in the first tree, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when the first ice trap happened, and we were like, oh, okay.
That I was okay with. I was okay with that. I didn't care. But afterwards, like, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, is the item still shared? It should be shared, right?
Yeah, they are shared, yeah. The thing that I just realized, that last save actually gave us the Zora Sapphire for free. So, we didn't need to go in there.
Yes, we did, because
we did because we didn't have anything else. Because we needed to...
Oh yeah, by the way, I don't think... As I saw the spoiler list of the dungeon stuff, I don't think they showed today where what you get from the dungeons.
They don't.
They did that last time, but now it didn't.
No, it never showed. Or actually, no, yeah, it did. It showed what medallion you got on each.
Yeah, area. Like if you got medallions or.
kind of a jerk way to do it. But yeah, I put in also random master quest. So basically, like I can actually choose which ones got master quests, but
Yeah,
I put it as
yeah. Could you
absolute
add
random.
at least one more master quest?
Well, I can't now. We've already started.
But we
If
have
I do
not
that, it'll
technically
regenerate
started. We could
XP.
use. Yeah, we
Well, I
could
know, but then
use.
we gotta go through all the work again. I have to give you the freaking do all that and get the
Yeah,
patch
oh
again.
yeah. That takes like 5 seconds.
I don't care. It's gonna re-randomize everything again. I don't know, but I can do it. I can literally just load up the patch
Yeah, I
again.
mean,
Like, it just upload the patch to the website. It gives me all my settings back. Or actually, I have the link somewhere. But I just get it
we
all back.
should do
And
that
then,
next time. I think this is good though. The thing is, if we wanna go step it up each time, I feel like we should like.
I mean, right now, we can keep it at where we're at. I don't really see a
Yeah,
problem in it.
because as I told him how many quests we have because I accidentally saw it, but I said that like,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking like if we add one each time we like redo it, we could do like.
I don't see the point in adding one master quest each time. It's just like, I just feel like getting a luck of the draw is like a good way to go. Whenever we get to like more
Yeah, but
harder, I'll legitimately set ones to be master quest. But then if we get to the hardest, everything's gonna be master quest. Just there will not be an original.
there is no original left.
Well, that's another thing. We are not speedrunners of any type. We don't know any tricks, so
We know
I will
one trick,
always
but that
have a
was
smooth.
because we got stuck with the chicken.
Yeah, we got sick. So we know one trick, and that's the getting past Talon, like without having to wake him up. You can just use a bomb chew to get over there. But that took forever, and he ended up doing it, thankfully. But
Yeah, I did, and I just did it like 5 times, and it was like, and he's like, I stood here for basically 2 hours fixed doing it, and you come in
I
here.
barely had any left. I kept messing up and accidentally throwing the bomb chew when I shouldn't have. So it was kind of my own fault. And apparently bomb chews don't work on the freaking staircase in the Dongo Cavern. I'm like, why not? They're bombs. They should blow up. They don't work. You need actual bombs. That's stupid. I don't know. I'll say this. If we don't get the master one in the Dodongo's Cavern, I'll be happy. I don't know which one it was. If you know what it was, just don't mention it.
I want.
Yeah. Just don't mention if you already know it. It's the point that I hope it's not Dodongo's, because I hated that one.
Was it a master quest last time?
Yeah, it was a master quest, and I was getting so
Wasn't
pissed
that
off.
the one, and then there was like the fourth one was gonna be a master quest also?
I don't know.
I don't
It was
remember.
the second dungeon, and it always annoyed the hell out of me. So,
By the way, there was like a few that didn't even say what dungeon it was. By the way, it said was like empty list of them. Some had like letters, like the one with the master quest said it has the master quest, but the other ones there was a few that didn't say like if it was a normal dungeon or if it was a master quest. So I don't actually
only
know.
load during child and adult. So it'll only load in the child version, like dungeons, and say, hey, what they are, and then when you become adult, it'll show you the adult ones.
So there may be more than I said.
Might be. We'll figure it out. But I can't wait.
But that oh god, that's interesting.
This time I won't be playing with an Xbox controller. I'll be playing with the PS4 controller because it's wireless. The Xbox controller I would be using, but it decided to break on me. I don't know if I mentioned that before, like on here, but yeah, I don't know what happened. I just know that one day I was charging it, and because it was dying, so I'm like, okay, I'll charge it. Just let it sit there, and I grabbed it to start, playing it.
Oh.
Out of nowhere, when I stopped charging it, I was playing it, the light just went off. Like, it didn't, turn off like it died. It just went off. Tried turning it on, wouldn't work.
Was that the one you tried when you were playing Xbox? Was that
I don't know, but I plugged, it is the Xbox controller, so yeah, but I tried plugging it in, it worked fine. But then, I smelled it. Because I could smell something burning in it. There's like this weird burning paint smell, kind of.
Oh, you fried the controller?
Yeah, there's some in the controller that fried. So I'm like, yep, nope, unplugged it, and I just set it aside. I have not used it since. Took the battery pack out of it, put it in my older controller, and it's fine.
Hopefully it was just
fine. The controller is okay, right? Or my other controller, it's perfectly fine. Nothing has happened. So it wasn't the battery pack, and the burn-up controller didn't break it. So yeah, I spent $60 on Amazon on that controller that busted because it was a new one, and I got it so I could both use it on my computer so I could use it wirelessly because it's Bluetooth, and on my phone so I can do the xCloud stuff, which is streaming from an Xbox on the cloud onto my phone. Worked great until that. Now I can use the PS4 controller on the xCloud. I'm like, Jesus, playing Halo over here with the PS4 controller. That's just cursed. That's so messed up. I wish I can get a picture of it, but it's like really funny how it looks. It's just me using PS4 and Halo. Like, I don't think this was supposed to happen. World combine.
The world combines.
I mean, I could do that on PC because MCC is on PC now, so I could plug in the PS4 controller and play it that way. But it loses its luster because PC you could do whatever you want, but mobile it was on mobile, and it's an Xbox official app, like it's from Xbox, and they don't limit it to just their controller. Almost any Bluetooth controller that's like popular will work with it. So Xbox, PS4, Steel Series, whatever, it'll work. I think even Stadia controller works, but I don't know about that. Speaking of Stadia, I have that, and my third-party controller I bought like years ago for $16 or something works fine on Stadia, and I'm like, oh, well, that's lovely.
That's lovely.
Which I'm actually gonna talk about that a little bit. Now that I think about it, the thing about Stadia, I always thought it was gonna be trash because I saw so many reviews.
Everyone thought it was gonna be trash.
Like it looked like trash because the thing is I wanted to try it myself, and there was no trials at the time that I know of, but they had like the actual Stadia edition, like the Founder edition, whatever you could buy the controller and the Chromecast, and I was like, if it worked good enough, I'd be perfectly fine using it. And it's like, it looked like absolute trash on everyone. Only one person actually looked good because their internet was kind of good, but like I watched them and it's like it looked great, the latency was fine, but everyone else I watched, it's like the latency was messed up or it blurred a lot or whatever, and I'm like, this probably is not good for me. I'm just not gonna. When it was first announced, I had good internet. When it came out, I got my new internet, which is worse. So I'm like, this is not gonna work out for me.
I have a little bit issue, like latency wise. I've had a little bit of issues.
And that's the thing. I mean, what is it? Last month or so, somewhere on there, they like Google actually released a trial version where you get like 2 months
3
free.
months, I think.
Like it's like 2 to 3 months free of Stadia. You just have to log in with your email, say sign up, and you're good to go.
I mean, and cancel it if you don't want to actually have a recurring.
Yeah, if you don't want to have a recurring payment, which it's $5 a month, I think, or something like that. I'm like, I mean, I'll get into why I'm gonna say that I might go ahead and go through with it. I've been playing it recently. I played it on my computer. I had to upgrade Chrome because that's how I had to play it. So I had to upgrade it because I don't use it anymore. And it works like a dang charm. Like it literally is buttery smooth, 60 frames, highest quality. You can't change the quality in Destiny settings for some reason. Like you can on PC, but Stadia doesn't count it as PC, I guess. So it doesn't allow you to change the graphics settings. I'm like, that's kind of dumb, but okay. Anyway, worked just fine. It worked great. There were times when it would start blurring or latency got weird, and it would say your internet is not good enough because my internet has been messy lately. I guess because quarantine and everything. So
Yeah,
it's a little odd. So that I'm gonna excuse. I'll be like, you know what? It could just be what's going on lately. I'll excuse it.
yeah. I mean,
and it happened after a storm. We had like a super huge bad storm in the area, with like, I forget how many tornadoes they said. It was like 14 tornado. I don't know. It was like a super amount of tornadoes coming through, and it's like, yeah, okay, that I can understand if the internet's gonna be messed up lately. I will excuse all of that. And I tried it on my other computer, which has a lower amount of internet, because little nerd thing to say. My main computer does 5 gigahertz, which is, the best. You always want that for gaming, streaming, whatever. 2.4 is the only thing that my other computer can do, which, again, another nerd thing. Single band, 2.4, dual, 5, whatever. Anyway, tried on my other computer, worked pretty good. It worked pretty good. It was actually not too bad. My phone, never an issue. I've never had the issue. The only issue I had was the controller going to be a little bit odd. But it's like, okay. But yeah, seriously, Stadia. I don't know what it is, but it's actually really good. I did not think it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't that like people are like skeptic because it's like
It's a
it's
cloud service. We've all been skeptical. We know the issues. I mean,
and also it's
GeForce Now
Google, so we're even more skeptical when it's them. Like, what are you trying to
I've
sell
been using
this
GeForce
time?
Now for a while now, and they've got out of their beta stage. So now they have a paid way to do stuff, which they're not going to charge till like later. Which I need to actually check when they're going to charge, because I think May is the day they're going to start charging. So I need to check that. But it's like $5 a month again. But again, I mean, still, they were pretty good on most of their stuff. On my phone, it's always really good. Again, and my computer, it's never good. I don't know what's going on there. My computer can't handle GeForce Now, but my phone handles it like a beast. It's like, okay. And yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel the same. Stadia feels better, somehow. I was like, I looked at Stadia. It's like everything's higher quality. Everything runs better. I can actually run it on the freaking computer. And it's super easy to get into. Load times are great. I tried it on Destiny, and you know how when we play on PS4, like randomly, it'll take like a long time for us to load into the planet.
Yeah,
Not for Stadia. It's just like maybe a few seconds, maybe a little bit more. But it's like, nope, I'm in. All right, cool.
it can be because the console is a little bit has lesser RAM and
I
Nvidia.
mean, it's the SSD and HDD thing. It goes from there.
Yeah,
Plus, on mine, I'm running on an external on the PS4, so it doesn't make it any better.
same.
But yeah,
Because
yeah,
I can't have it on my internal.
yeah, not enough space. It's like 90 gigs right now, so no.
I think it's 100 almost. Even like it's like
Almost. It's like, I don't know, 94, 95. I don't remember. It's
yeah,
90 something.
it's so far.
But
You're like, oh, you want to have this game on your console? Yeah, you have to delete this and this and this. But it's
oh
I
god.
have space. I have like 200 gigabytes. Yeah, but you have to delete everything. Like, but I have 200
Yeah.
gigabytes free. No, you have to delete.
We're about to get into some nasty ranting. So let me first end off with the Stadia
Oh
conversation.
no.
For anyone willing to try it, I think it's still going through until like June, maybe, until they start charging again. I don't remember, but try it. Just give it a shot, because honestly, you might like it. I mean, even if you have a couple days, you could try in those couple days. It works great. It's still cheap, so give it a shot. It's actually pretty good for me. I don't know how it's going to be for lower internets, but works kind of nice for me. So past that, here comes the ranting. PS4, Sony, PlayStation, whoever the hell was in charge of this, the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Like, my god, I can freaking... Here's the accurate depiction of this. It's that we were trying to get Destiny to play one day, and obviously I had it installed and everything. I had 25 gigabytes free space. 25. And it's a 150 megabyte update. Just let that sink in. 150 megs. Very small in comparison to 25 gigs of free space. You could totally install that on any other thing. Xbox, PC, Switch, whatever. Install it just fine. PS4, you need to have like 13 gigs more free space, like for 150 megs. Yeah, you need to have about 13 more gigs deleted, like, son of a bitch.
Oh, uh,
I just installed Layers of Fear 2 because I really wanted to play that. I had Detroit Become Human installing, which it did get installed at one point, but I had to delete it back off again for the same reason. Uh, I had Diablo 3 on there because he wants me to stream it with him. I had to move it to my internal because I had space for it, so I moved it over there.
Yeah.
Oh my freaking god! It's just, and I think I deleted Rico. I don't know, but I think I did. It's just
Yeah,
so
Rico we can
much.
wait with, but Diablo we're gonna basically do soon because we have like only three storylines left in Destiny 2. And then we have
Yeah.
strikes.
And at that point, Destiny 2 will become like a background element. I mean, we're gonna try to do strikes. We'll do little other stuff, but and the quests that are left over, because a lot of them have like leftover quests that we can do. So we'll just push those to the side and be like, we'll do that eventually. But yeah, PS4, guys, what's going on? I mean, you have those issues where it's like you need double to triple the amount of a game installation just to get it to install, and then an update that's extremely tiny needs for you to have at least 50 to 70 gigs of free space at all times. You need at least that much just to install an update. Otherwise, the game's like, no, you don't have enough.
Yeah.
And plus, the real issue is the downloading to the cache. No one knows what that means. The cache is basically like, it downloads to your memory, your RAM, and then it'll copy that over into, or not RAM, because RAM's random access, that's not right. Just the cache of the system, it'll go there. I guess the reason why is because, if it gets cut off or whatever, it can start right back up at the same point. But point is, goes there, then it'll copy to your hard drive. That's not, no. That makes it extremely slow to install. Ugh. Oh. I'll let you say what you were about to before I just cut you off.
I actually reached zero on my external.
How are you able to install anything more once
I don't fucking know what happened. So you know how I told you my game Final Fantasy 7 corrupted?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to reinstall that. So I was uninstalling it, then trying to reinstall it, or I was trying to do something. Like stuff happened, and I don't know what happened. Then randomly I checked how much space my external had, and it's at 0 kilobyte.
Jesus.
And I don't know what the fuck had happened.
Get down to 0. Well, let me. If there's an option to do that, which I highly doubt, if there is a way to make it where it's like, it won't preserve space or something, I'd love to know, because that'd be great. So I can actually download some more stuff. But no. No, it's so annoying having to deal with that. And then as a creator, a content creator, the audio system is just absolutely freaking awful.
Yeah. We've heard this story before.
I've mentioned it a bunch.
Yes, we know.
Anyone who didn't hear before.
Yeah.
Quick little summary.
Go back to our older streams.
Yeah, well, that's a quick way to go. But I mean, quick summary for anyone who doesn't want to go do that. It's just, you can't have your audio in your headset and the TV at the same time. And you can't have chat just at least be put on the TV audio.
Yeah, you can have chat audio in your ears, but you can't have TV audio
you can't.
And chat audio in the same. You need to either have all in headphones, or
it's either all on the either all audio in headphones or only chat in headphones. The only other way to escape it is by not plugging it into your controller. You have to use USB into the thing. I did it at one point. I did it like during our second Destiny 1 stream. Like I did it, but for some reason the whole stream was laggy as hell. So it
could have just been internet issues at the time.
Could have been, but I don't know. It's just.
I mean, we could try some. If you have some.
I don't remember how I did it though. I mean, I don't remember how I did it. I had it where I could still talk to you, and it was still output. Like I plugged it into my controller. I had the mic on my pop filter, so I could, like, when I'm talking into stream, I would also talk to you. It worked fine.
We should try to figure it out and then try it again and then see if it's on, not on Destiny though, because that game we tried to do, but like some other different game we have that we both have downloaded at the moment.
I mean, from what I've seen, the thing I'm gonna need is a chat link from Elgato, which basically I've mentioned to you again. But what it does is you plug one bit into the controller, and then there's there's just the female adapter part where you plug in your headset. So that part, it'll take your mic, put it into the controller, and the audio will go both to your headset, and it'll have a longer cable that you plug into the capture card, and both game and chat audio go there. So it gets recorded that way. It's not that much money. It's like $10. Problem, I don't know how good it is because a lot of people, some people are like, oh, hey, it works great. Other people are like, oh, it sounds really terrible, or it makes you sound really terrible. Like, I don't have to deal with that. So, we'll figure it out. Anyway, other conversations? We got much?
The world is ending. Oh wait, we have already talked about that. Like,
we kind of did.
Everyone is.
Anything want to elaborate? I mean, there's not much to elaborate about. I mean, my state is starting to open back up again. Like they're trying to open
that is.
back up.
I think we talked. No, we didn't talk about that. Yeah, we can mention that because Australia have started to open up more or have started lifting restrictions.
Yeah, they're starting to do it here, and it's like, I don't really think they should. I mean, I know everyone's always like, oh, we need to do it because the economy's breaking and all that stuff. It's like, I mean, it's not really breaking all that bad.
I mean, it's gonna break more when everyone is gonna be sick and you have to pay more for that. And
that's the other thing. Like, everyone's trying to open everything back up. The second you do that, everyone's gonna pour into one space again, and a ton of people are gonna get even more sick. It's like, wait until it's all gone. That was kind of the point.
Or at least wait until it's kind of
telling people to social distance. It was like, do that so this entire thing can just be gone. Because what's happening is, I mean, we've explained it before, but what happens is that people are sick and they go out there and they spread it, or people unknowingly are sick or asymptomatic, so they go out there and spread it. If everyone just stayed home and that was it, they just straight up stayed home, then it would go away. It would be gone. If you treated it and everything.
It would not be gone, but it would be.
Well, no, it would be because everyone would be, it'd be treated out. Because after like 2 weeks or so or more, it disappears. Like it's basically gone at that point. But for those who don't have any issues, like if you're super old or if you have like asthma,
yeah, stop being old
or whatever. Not my point. I'm saying if it's not like if those people get sick, it's really bad. But I'm saying people who don't really have much of issues in that area, if they just stayed home and everything, it'd be gone. They wouldn't be able to pass it on anymore, and they could be fine. If we all just did that, it would more or less be really gone. We wouldn't get that many cases or deaths anymore. Probably reopen everything back up again. Wouldn't have a problem.
I think the less
everyone keeps opening things up, and it keeps getting wrong.
But here's the thing, I can get it because I don't believe you can 100% take away the virus, because again, it's a virus. It's some way always gonna survive in a way, but you can always take it down to a node.
Well, I'm saying that it's at the very least going to be extremely down to the point. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't catch it twice, because that's not how things work. If you've beaten it at one point where it's gone out of your system, your body knows about it already. It already has developed the way to battle it. So if you get it again, you might be able to pass it on to other people, but you can't physically.
And that's gonna be the issue. That's what Sweden did. They decided to go the immunity way. So they decided to keep everything we closed down places that wasn't essential, but we didn't close the borders or anything. We were if you get sick, stay home, and then you're fine. You're probably not gonna get sick again. Maybe you're gonna get a normal, or for you it's gonna be a normal flu maybe, but in the end it's gonna be, that's it. You get over the worst part the first time, then it's gonna be like a normal flu.
That's the thing though. I mean, you'll get over it, but you might at that point become asymptomatic if it comes back in contact with you. So it just means that you would actually be able to pass it on to other people then.
Yeah.
Like you could still pass it on to people even if you're not sick anymore. So
Yeah, and that was like the plan, because we were like, if you're sick, you get and are healthy, we can fix you basically. So it's like you still gonna make people sick, but we're gonna become immune against it. Like instead of fighting it with straight, like hiding in the house, we're like, yeah, we are kind of half open everywhere. They put up like, don't be more than 10 people at most. Or first it was like 100, and then they took it down to 10. But
right. You know what's messed up? I'm just gonna mention this. It's a stupid thing, but what's really messed up is that it's actually kind of hot in my room for some dumb reason. I have the fan on. I might have to turn the ceiling fan on. Yeah. So when I take my shirt off, it's kind of hot in here.
I mean, you are kind of hot.
Okay, see, now here's where this niceness keeps trying to come back in. And for the record, no, I'm not turning on the webcam. For anyone trying to ask. I'm obviously not going to for two reasons.
One is shirtless.
Well, I'm not exactly shirtless. It's actually still on my head or my neck, I guess. So it's like, covering the front of my body. But like,
yeah, but with the new,
you can't be shirtless
with the new terms of service we got, you definitely would be banned.
I'd be banned.
Like, yeah. So he showed some skin. His skin is showing. We need to ban him. Like,
are tank tops allowed? I don't remember.
I think it was like.
Then technically what I'm doing right now would count from a certain view.
I think it was like. It was so weird, because when you read through it, it was like, it's just common sense. Like, you shouldn't do this on Twitch anyways. But hey,
that's because Twitch, they weren't very elaborate. They were very vague on everything. So that's kind of their own fault.
Perfect. I just sent a message in SFC.
I can tell exactly who's gonna be all crazed up about that.
Happy gave me eyes.
Let me see. Let me just see how this is working, because I know what you sent. Okay, that's not what I thought you just said I was shirtless, but. Hold on a second. You're just gonna get this going. He's probably asking like, wait, on stream? Like, no, I don't have my webcam on.
Oh god! Oh god, that's so fucking. You are technically on stream without a shirt, but your shirtless on stream. Yeah. Oh,
no one can see it.
Did you see that one where I sent about the sexual harassment or sexual rules, like on Twitch? Like, did you see that? I sent that skit I sent like 2-3 weeks ago about how someone said like, I got banned for sexual I don't know what it's called, like the sexual guidelines, and I didn't even have a webcam on, and they were like, yeah, you were definitely naked, and like they said like, oh, your dick must have shown or something, and he said like, I didn't even have a camera on, like, oh, your dick was definitely out then. Like, hold on a minute.
Wait for someone to join in on the stream. So, welcome, by the way, to that lovely conversation. The reason why we're having this conversation is because it's burning up my room, and I sort of took off my shirt.
And I said he was hot.
It's literally still around my neck, so yeah.
I mean, I can help you take it off. Wink, wink.
No. We're not going there.
The Bobby so I told him I'm gonna give him nightmares from being nice.
That's not being nice. That's just being very creepy.
Well, that's But
That's
I'm
not being
creeping in a
nice.
nice way.
No, there is no nice creepy.
Yes, it's called me.
There's many things wrong with you, and creepy is probably one of them.
There's nothing
No.
wrong being creepy.
Oh, sure there is.
I mean, at least I'm not a pedophile.
True, but still, you can still be a
And
creep.
I'm not the fucking alcoholic that sits in a only wants beer.
That doesn't necessarily make you a creep, but still.
But Rutor is definitely a creep. No, Christ is not here. I promise you that.
Clearly not. He joined the stream and saw what's going on. He's like, nope. Nope, right the fuck out of here. It's like, nope, not my kind of talk. But
Nope, I'm going back to Bob Ross. Oh, did you? I saw about that. Like, people want the Bob Ross channel to get. They want it to be removed from art on Twitch.
I think we talked about this before, but yeah, it's actually a good thing that they actually should do that, because the problem about it is that Bob Ross is the top thing right now.
Yeah, and that's people said
that's actually an issue because it takes away from other creators. I mean, usually when people go into a category or something, they just want to watch them. They always go for the top person a lot of the times, because like, well, if they have a lot of views, then they must be good. The Bob Ross is not Bob Ross himself doing everything. It's a TV marathon. They're just uploading past archives from TV episodes. So that's an issue, because then all the creators actually actively trying to do stuff, interacting with chat, and actually need viewership and all this other stuff. They're not getting it because everyone goes to the top, which is Bob Ross. So they literally should have his own category.
Or at least
like
move to
TV
like
marathon or something like that. Just like some category that better fits what he's doing, not art, because it is art. Like it's
I think they said it about a lot of stuff, like certain stuff that is like
broadcast, like just call it like that. A rebroadcast category, make that, where it's like this is for past episodes being broadcasted.
Yeah, and they can say like if you have this, you can't earn money because it's like you're not using your own.
That way, they probably do because it's Bob Ross, and anything he appears. I mean, if his episodes are appearing, he's probably getting money from it because it's his episodes.
Is they dead?
I don't know. Probably still alive.
Wait, let's check that. Let's see is Bob Ross alive.
Yeah, I want to check that real quick. Let's see.
This is if people are new to this podcast,
this
welcome.
Episode, by the way. Oh no, he's
dead. Bob Ross.
So he gets some on it. Yeah, 95 actually.
Yeah.
July 4th, 1995. Well, at least he died in his state, Florida. Everything bad happened in Florida. Regardless, his family is probably getting the money now, but still, just change it to something else.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about Bob Ross to begin with because I don't really care. I just know that he's the guy who is about the paintings like, oh, we're going to put a little tree here because, yeah, this looks like I can use a tree in this background. Now, a lot of people like to put these little patches of green stuff, but you can put whatever you want to, Like, yeah, that kind of crap. Like, Jesus Christ. Also, your phone's too close to your mic.
I know.
Crackling up. Anyway, about the whole thing you're on with Days Gone and Last of Us Part 2, like, yeah, I am ignoring every single bit of spoiler, and any bit that goes here will be immediately banned. Don't even try it. It's literally dumb. That's just a jerk move. I've seen people who are just talking about, they were talking about Joel or something in a random comment, and someone's just like, oh, here's a spoiler, like, bro, just because you mentioned something Last of Us does not mean you have to freaking spoil it out of nowhere. Even though a lot of that leaked info is actually wrong. It's actually completely wrong, and it's not true at all. A lot of it. There's some stuff that might be true, but a lot of it is actually completely false. Accredited by both the creator, or the director, I should say, Neil Druckmann, and a lot of the other staff. A lot of it, it's not actually real. It's just fake. Just little stuff like, oh, this is a leaked thing. It's like, not really. Not a lot of it. A couple of things might be. Like, they might have, like, leaked a scene or something. but you know, a little bit leaked
Yeah, but
footage,
that's
but people
probably
took it
like
too
a
far, is what happened.
was maybe was gonna be part of a trailer, and if that gets leaked, it's like, we
It's not
sometimes
probably
show a
not
part
bad.
of.
It's just like someone leaked like a bit of like spoiler territory where something was gonna happen, and maybe I don't know, like some scene happened and someone took it the wrong way, and it's like, oh, then this happened, so now I gotta go out there and spoil it to everyone and be like, yes, I am the master man. Oh, I'm such a cool person because I spoil these things for people. It's so funny. Like, there's something wrong with your brain. Literally, go to a psychiatrist or something, man. You got something wrong. Not joking. Don't do that. Not joking. I'm serious. There's something wrong
There's
with
such
people who do
a
that.
nice
I
guy
know it's. I
Nexus.
know. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. You're trying so hard to be nice. I'm trying my best to be a jackass.
Isn't you meant to be the nicer one of us to?
That depends. If I get riled up, I'm the worst person you could ever talk to.
Like
But
normally it's like I feel like we have reversed roles, that I'm like the one that hates like everything that comes in, like, oh, this guy's a cunt, this guy's a cunt, this guy's
when
cunt,
we're on
this
Halo or
guy's okay,
something, 'cause
this
it's
guy's
like every
cunt.
time- Like every time it's like on Halo, like I'm like, no, they're fine people, they're not too bad. Like, no, I hate them. And I'm like, they're fine. You just hate them because there is no reason. You're doing it for the hell of it.
Yeah, I just hate the NPCs in general. Like, fuck NPC.
You hate NPC, you don't even give them a chance. Like there's some that are actually really good as characters, and you're just like, meh.
Like,
But
do you
when
see
actually
my
give it
beautiful
a
little
chance,
gun here, sir?
and
Sir,
there's a good
look at my.
reason why. There's a good reason why you gave her attention. Everyone does.
I mean, who doesn't want to give Cortana attention?
A lot of people definitely do, unless it's the Halo 5 one, then no one really does, because at that point everyone hates her.
Yeah.
Anyway, so to what we were just talking about, because we showed off a little bit.
I don't know. You complain about spoilers.
Spoiler people. What's wrong with you? They're just weird sadistic people who are just like, oh, I get a rise out of this because it's like, oh yes, I got to get people mad on the internet. It's so fun. Like, it's one thing to just say something about their, like, say their favorite thing sucks. It's another thing if you take their favorite thing that they haven't gotten to see yet and you immediately spoil a whole story for her. It's like, it ruins the impact. You just ruined the entire game for that person, and you are a piece of trash human.
But that was the thing with me.
I
Like,
feel like everyone who spoils anything in that degree should immediately be banned from any type of social media platform immediately. Like they'll find every single bit from your IP.
You are aggressive, my dear boy.
And we'll ban every single bit to make sure you can never do that again. You deserve it.
So a full IP ban, you mean, from the internet?
Not really the internet, just platforms where you could actually, you know, say that kind of thing. Where you could do that.
What? Oh, yeah, well, basically you can do that almost anywhere today, sadly.
But if you try to post something, let's say you try to post something and it would immediately rewrite it to something else. Maybe you don't need to get banned. Maybe it's just literally you try that and it just screws it up for you.
What game is that? It reminds me of some game where you like try to tell someone something, and isn't it super hot? Like you try to tell your friend in it. It's like, oh hey, this game is weird. Like, but instead it's like, oh, this game is amazing. Like, but that's not like, bro.
Oh no, that's not. Oh shit, what is that?
No, I think that's super hot. Like in the.
No, I don't think that's it. It was because super hot. I think it's just like button press. It just types.
Yeah, it types automatically, but it's like that's the thing. It's like your character tries to type. It's like, oh, this game is weird.
Simulcra, the new one.
Yeah, I think that's does too. Like, oh, something is weird or something is happening, and it decides to be like, it's fine. Everything is fine. You wanna come down into my basement?
Okay, now you're getting a little back to that creepy area.
What? I used to have a basement. Am I not allowed to? These days you're not allowed to have a basement because that's creepy. I swear to God, back in my day.
It's not a problem to have a basement, it's a problem to invite someone to your basement.
What if I have my gaming room in the basement?
Well, that's a different story. If you're
Yeah,
saying,
exactly.
hey,
So
game room, play some games, like, you know, they may not think too much of it. If you just say invite me to my basement, then you got some issues.
would I come down to my basement?
And here we go.
That is the set. That's basically
Turning
the
Resident Evil
merchant from
4
Resident.
straight, like merchant. Yep. Turn the Resident Evil 4 merchant
That's what I'm
into
thinking.
a
Like, if
creepy
you ever beat him near a basement, like he's gonna be like, "What are you buying? Also, do you want to come into my basement?" Like,
All right.
yeah,
Anyway,
no, nope, I'm going home again. Fuck Ashley, I'm going home.
I'm surprised no one said that to begin with. It's like the
I
second
could get
time
like
that
the
she got,
first
it's
like
she gets okay, you find her at the church, and then she gets kidnapped again. Like, all right, well, that's just freaking annoying. I mean, it's a game. You have to drag something out. Get to the second time she gets kidnapped again. Okay, you know what? Just screw you, actually.
like fuck you, I'm leaving you.
For a minute. You walk off for a minute. You're like, ah, I'm getting a large pay out of this. Might as well go ahead, give it a go again. Then she gets kidnapped again. You're like,
And then she gets kidnapped to a different
I'm going
island.
to leave this island, or shoot myself in the face. Yeah, I'm leaving this island. Screw you.
Like yeah, fuck this, I'm going home. And we have this weird stranger that somehow pops up from nowhere, so
There's even a moment in Resident Evil 4. It's like when you get on those gondolas or whatever. He's like at the top, just right there, and you're like, okay, you know, you can buy stuff from here. You go down those gondolas, go a little bit ahead. He's there again. It's just like, the fuck? How? What?
he is a fucking devil spawn or something.
He can either teleport or he's a freaking ninja. My God. Okay, that's crazy.
It's kind of sad that they don't have him anywhere else.
He's a one-off. I guess he's just in that one country. If you ever go back to it, then we can give him back. I don't know.
It's kind of sad that they don't have any kind of that merchant again. In anyways, like in general, like that was like that's like the only that's like the best part of the game is going up to him and he's like, "What are you buying?" And he needs to open his jacket fully out, like not to be like, "What are you buying?" Like asking you.
You know that's kind of the thing I have to ask. Like, there's a part where he's just standing next to the flames. He has no crates near him, nothing. Just opens up his jacket and he's selling an RPG. Like, how in the hell do you have that in your jacket? It's not poking out already. Like, how do you not see that just with him having?
You know,
like,
you know where he has his RPG.
No, that's his missile.
So
Well,
the
no wonder why
missile is
Dark
what
Souls
comes
missile all
out
the time.
after his shooting.
That's a game finisher. Anyway. Alright, we're done with that concept.
God.
Yeah. I don't really know what else to talk about. What do you think?
We bullied the merchant in Resident Evil again, so I mean,
Yeah, we'll keep going. That's the rest of the podcast, everybody. So every time, we're just gonna change the name to I don't know.
the bully ensemble.
I don't know. We really trash a lot of people.
Like, oh, so you like this character? Well, let me tell you why he's trash. Like, but he's no, he's not perfect. And I will tell you why. Look, that hair is a little bit too much to the left. Like
if it was just a little bit to the right, he'd be absolutely great. But if it's to the left, screw that. Never want to play him again. Never want to play that game. I don't think again. Okay.
Can we just put that there is actual people that can be so disturbed for but like one thing. I could get like if you play I get Minecraft because I want this to be perfect. I can't have it to be too messed up. I want it to be either one block doors or two blocks doors. That's it. Like, and everything needs to be in a symmetry or I get messed up. But otherwise, normally I don't really care about how stuff looks in games. Only Minecraft. Are you still alive?
I'm just posting more stuff.
Oh no, what did I miss this time?
Nothing much. Anyway. There's just a lot of stuff I want to get into when it comes to it. Since I played Tabletop Simulator the other day, I want to actually get that as a thing. want to actually play more of it, but have like a party type thing, you know, have like a bunch of people join in from stream or like from chat or whatever.
So
You
basically,
have it. I've been trying to get you to see what probably jump in. You know, play Cards Against Humanity, Uno for the hell of it, throw Monopoly in there. What other games could we do?
yeah, because if we can't play what is it called? Keep talking, nobody explodes together. Yeah, Monopoly is a good idea.
We would hate all of I think we would be really pissed off in Monopoly. I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff there. We can get any version of Monopoly in that, though. We can get the normal, the cheater edition.
The Fortnite one.
Oh, God, no. Bunch of stuff.
Can you just point that there's a Fortnite Monopoly? Can you just point that out?
I didn't want to point it out because, yeah, no one cares.
Yeah, but it exists, and that's the main issue. It exists.
Right. There's a bunch of other stuff too that we could do. I mean, hell, freaking what is it? Trying to think. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's actually this Legend of Zelda like board game that I actually do want to play. It has plenty of people that you can play it with. Problem, I have no freaking idea how to play it. There's no instructions, and I'm like, how do you play this game? Because it looks interesting, but it's like, how? And then I actually have a Tron one that I was looking at. I'm like, I mean, it's Tron. I like Tron. Problem?
No.
This actually does look boring as hell.
I'm not gonna play anything that's Tron related just because.
But I'm saying it kind of does look kind of boring.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
I mean, I cannot see it both because I don't know exactly. I mean,
the Legend of Zelda one actually takes place in the first Zelda game.
So it's Ocarina of Time.
No, the first one.
Is there one before Ocarina? Is it that the first one is not?
I don't know if it was actually the really first one canonically, but I'm saying the first game is what I'm just talking about.
Yeah, wasn't that the one you like called? Like it doesn't have anything to do with the main game at all. Like it was just.
It does, because it is a main game. But I mean, it's just the first story. But I'm just saying that
Talking about board games, when are we gonna do D&D?
I don't know. Freaking true, man. Like if you're anywhere.
Like we should maybe talk with him about it. Like we have not even asked.
Literally, we keep having time off. He's in the middle of looking for a job, so he has time at the moment. He's also using a lot of it to look for the job, which is fine. But he's at a point where he doesn't do all too much. You don't do anything in general. I keep getting time off at work because they keep
getting sick.
Like it's just like people get sick and like, oh, we need to go off for a little bit, or
aren't they actually meant to be closed for 2 weeks if someone is sick?
No, well, kind of. They're supposed to do it for at least another week if things keep up like that. But so far, what they did is, they had the 2 weeks off. Then one person got sick, and they started initiating another thing where it's like they had to take a very long screening process in the beginning of just being at work. 'Cause before, it was just like, people come in, they check your temperature, and you're gone. Now, it's a bunch of people have to have like a spaced out line where no one's too close to each other. You do the same thing. They give you a mask that is mandatory to wear, and you have to sign a form saying, hey, I have not tested positive for COVID, and I got to, and I'm good to work here right now. Every day. We have to do that. And this week, Sunday, I went to work, and then Wednesday, I got up to go to work. I took a shower. I got out. I looked at my phone. I got a text message that says, hey, we're not, you are not to go into work for Wednesday or Thursday. It told me the dates, but, this Wednesday or Thursday, because we'll be taking these 2 days to clean up the building. So you don't need to come into work. I could have taken overtime on the weekend. They asked if I wanted to. I said no. But, do that and then come back in Monday. So, yeah. The actual tomorrow night, yep, I will be going to work. Not tonight, tomorrow night, because tonight's Sunday. But yeah.
And we may be playing Ocarina of Time. Maybe.
God, I hope. We really need to. I mean, I hope neither one of us just falls out of the mood, and I hope nothing happens on my end that causes me not to be able to stream at all. Because I don't mind starting at 2 o'clock my time, because that's the latest I can go for me is starting a stream is at 2. Past that, I can't.
I feel like if we're gonna play Ocarina, you rather wanna play like start at 6 because then we can get through a lot more.
Well,
and
for me, starting at 11 or starting at like 12 or 1.
Yeah, that would be the most ideal at the moment.
That'd be the best, because if we're gonna take a 5-hour stream like we've been doing lately, that'd be the best time to do it.
Yeah, and also because it's gonna take like 5 hours probably get through certain stuff.
One dungeon, 5 hours later.
Hopefully we get the sword also. Or did you not
I didn't shuffle it. I couldn't, because before it gave me an option saying that I could like in the last version of the randomizer said I could shuffle items within the like important items or could be shuffled in the same area that they are in, so you could always get it eventually. But this only had shuffle the sword, which is just, I shuffle the sword and it will go anywhere. And if we were unlucky enough not to get it near us, we'd be using sticks the entire time.
I mean,
we'll probably do that later, like in the next iteration or the one after that.
Like
we'll shuffle the sword.
Yeah, at least like I think
next time.
Not next time though, because that would be like a really big step because of we lose the sword early. Like first time,
2 steps.
The third time. Yeah, the
third time we go through this, we'll do it. Now,
then we can.
When we say the third time, we don't mean we're gonna try to beat. We are gonna try to beat the whole game randomized. But if we don't end up doing it, then sure we'll reset and go from there. It depends if we get
And
stuck.
that means that we also add like say. We add more master quests. We unlock more.
We'll add master quests. I'll add in more ice traps. Next time I'll add in a low amount of ice traps.
Yeah, I think
this time we have none. Next time I'll put in a low amount, then I'll put even more. And there is something called like ice trap obsessive, or no, ice trap onslaught. That will be the 4th time.
I think that will be the 5th time because onslaught sounds like. So you want this chicken? Nope, fuck you. but
it just basically the onslaught is everything junk, but it also starts affecting the base pool. So anything that it could be something you need, it'll start affecting it. But before that, it just does junk. It'll do like a little bit of junk, even more of the junk, all the junk, or all the junk and some base.
Yeah. Also, I think we should add the lullaby for the like 3-4 first times, because it's like.
Yeah, I mean it's really necessary just to add that in. It's the only thing we get from the start is the lullaby. I added nothing else.
Oh, except the free stuff you get automatically.
Oh yeah, we get like one free quest item, which we got. We get like a medallion or one of the.
Yeah. Can't we change that so we can get a weapon or something instead also?
No, I mean I could add in where we get a weapon from the start, but that's a different story. I can put whatever I want to start.
I don't think we should have a 4, but if you can add it into the like shoes, is it only the medallion stuff, or can you choose like?
I mean, I could choose anything that we start with.
That we can
start with. The thing is, the actual start that it does, I can't choose. It does on its own. But I can add in anything else as a start.
It would have been good if we could have a randomizer that let us start with a random item instead. Like a medallion doesn't do anything.
Well, it does, because it means we can skip a dungeon. We can skip one. So it means like any other dungeon we can go to, get the rest that we need, and that one dungeon we don't have to mess with, wherever that one comes from. So we just don't touch it.
Well, we still need it, because if it's contained like the last time we played, it's gonna have a random.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It might have other stuff that we need in that dungeon, but I'm saying that we don't need to complete the dungeon. We can just get other stuff.
Yeah, and we need to. We need to complete the dungeon
if we want to. Junk items. Well, I'm saying this. Imagine if the one that we don't.
Yeah, but is the heart container still random, or do you get that automatically?
The heart containers are random. I'm saying we don't need all the heart containers, and we don't need some other stuff like the second or third bottle. You don't need those, but that could become what you get out of one of these dungeons after beating the boss. Like, you just get a bottle. Like, yeah, we can skip that. If we're down to that point, we don't need it. We can just do whatever else. Because
Yeah.
all that matters is that you get all the medallions to unlock the Rainbow Bridge to fight Ganon. Because you just need all the medallions. I can actually set what you need for that too. But I set it to all medallions. So we can do something with it.
I mean, is it 7
That's the
medallions?
base way of the game. Let's see. Forest, water, fire, shadow, spirit. Yes, 5.
5. Aren't they 7 people?
7
You
sages.
said?
Oh yeah, good point. 7 sages. So, oh no, light.
But you have,
hold on.
I think one of them is
Get
the
the light one
time thing.
immediately.
Yeah.
Forest. No, hold on. Light, forest, water, fire, shadow, spirit. I think that's it. Just 6. Well, where's the 7th?
I think the 7th
Oh,
is
no,
time.
no. 7th. No, 7th is whatever. It's Zelda. Zelda's the 7th stage. So she doesn't give you one.
She's a bitch. She's like, oh, you
Well,
need
no,
this.
she's a part of the Triforce. That's the problem. She holds one of the pieces.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for anyone that's playing Ocarina of Time or any other Zelda, but Zelda.
It's so
Serious.
the one that I think is the most messed up
This game
storyline.
came out in '98. Come on.
Yeah, but also the one with the most messed up storyline must be Wind Waker.
No, the most messed up storyline's Majora's Mask.
Yeah, but that is still like you still become an adult. Think about this. In Wind Waker,
No,
you're a
it's not that
kid.
you become an adult. It's well, that's the thing. In Wind Waker, it's all childish stuff. Even the graphic-wise, it's all childish things because it's all in tune. But I'm saying Majora's Mask is the most creepiest because if you think about the story-wise.
Yeah, creepy.
First of all, the moon is about to crash into the Earth, so in 3 days, everyone dies. 2, basically you use masks to transform yourself into a bit of another whatever. You use the mask to transform yourself into one of the other races, and those masks hold the souls of other people. Of people of those races that hold the souls of it, and you transform into them. You possess them.
So should we do a Majora mask also?
Well, the thing is, I think they've actually added that in as an online option, or at least they're getting to it. So Majora's Mask is the thing. You can randomize Majora's Mask, and the item tracker we have works for Majora's Mask. So we could,
Because first thing first, I have never played the main game.
I barely played it myself. I've gotten.
So you mean that
I've gotten to the first dungeon, like the first real dungeon is what I've gotten to. I've never.
Isn't that the Deku Tree? Isn't it the same storyline?
No, it's not. No, it's part of that. It's like the Deku Shrubs, but it's like it's its own place. The entire thing is entirely different. Just all the characters are the same. Or no, all the characters look the same, but they have they're different people.
So we're thinking literally about like skipping doing the main story at all and just jump into a randomizer of a game we've never played.
Well, I can probably go straight into it. I don't know. I mean, we should probably wait until at least
a little bit. I mean, at least they completed them, but also like until we have completed Ocarina of Time, because isn't Majora's Mask the parallel?
Yeah, it's a parallel. That's kind of the thing. I mean, the thing I'll probably do in that one is not whatever it is. I won't mush up the text probably, just to.
Wait, did you do that this time?
Yes. The text is all jarbled. You told me to do it. I asked you, do you want to?
Oh, that explains why I got a fucking weird message the first person I talked with.
like it'll shuffle all the text, and
I'm just gonna say what she said. I think she talked about a glass bottle for 20 rupees.
Jesus Christ! I think it's like in the. I don't know if it does it in the shop. If all the text will be jarbled, then maybe it is.
Hopefully not.
In the keys are not, which it doesn't matter anyway because we're not playing Key Sanity, which is keys from other dungeons will be put into other dungeons and places in the overworld. Like you could just find a chest randomly in the overworld and get a key from a dungeon. Like, no, we're not playing Key Sanity. We'll do that later, way later.
That would be like
fun.
5 or 6.
I don't know, because I mean, key sanity, Jesus.
Isn't
That's
that
kind of hard, because it's like you'll get individual keys for those places, and you don't want that text to be shuffled. Like, you know, that is an option, obviously. It's the one we have on, but it doesn't matter. But it'll say, like, oh, you got a key, and it'll say key for Fire Temple. And it's like, okay, you have a key for there now. Because, yeah, it'd make it pretty hard, because you need a lot of keys in those temples. At least, like, 6 or 7 per temple.
Isn't the Fire Temple the first dungeon? No, wait, the temples.
Yep.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah,
It's
temples,
like,
I mean,
you have the... First you have the dungeon, then you have the temple.
I mean, you have, I mean, it's the Deku Tree, the Dodongo's Cavern, inside Jabu Jabu, then the Forest Temple, Fire Temple, Water Temple, Shadow Temple, Spirit Temple, and then you go into the thing with Genin.
Yeah.
I mean, then you go into Genin's Tower, which you have to do all the trials for, and then you go to face him. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, at one point we tried to do the base game. We tried to, and it just kind of got boring after a bit because I've already played it. I mean, he hasn't, but I mean, you know.
I played the base game of Ocarina of Time. Well, not on SNS, but I played it 3D on Nintendo 3DS.
Also, wrong system there, but alright. 64.
But I don't care which console.
SNES was 2D, okay?
But I am old, okay? Do I have to remember everything?
I mean, if you're going to be referencing something, yes.
Back in my day!
I don't know. But yeah, definitely gonna do that. Because, oh boy, it's gonna be fun. There are other randomizers too, but there's not many online stuff we can do. A lot of games have randomizers, actually. I mean, there's a Mario one, which they're remaking the Super Mario 64 online in the mod loader that we downloaded for this. So they're remaking it. Once it gets made, that's a game we can randomize and do. They're working on Banjo-Kazooie online. That's
oh yeah,
isn't
this mod loader also a mod pack for in general for everything?
They're trying to work in every game that they can.
Because I
mean, right now they have. I mean, yeah, because right now they have Ocarina of Time that works perfectly fine. They're working on the Mario one. They are. Banjo-Kazooie is there, but it's not complete. It's a little broken. You know, they're working more on it.
But yeah, Mario, we're gonna have fucking fun with.
Oh wait, there's gonna be a lot of games we can play Mario too. We can even play the mod packs, like all the mods that we can do. You know, Star Road, Last Impact, Sapphire, the Ocarina of Time, Mario hack.
I wonder if there is some way to play like a Pokemon randomizer.
I mean, there are Pokemon randomizers you can play, just not together, as far as I know.
Yeah. But think about that, like playing Pokemon randomizer, like, you know how you get the Master Ball at like the end of the game? Or like, no, not, actually you get the Master Ball like mid-game. You ever thought about that? Like you get a mid-game, it's meant to catch like the top legendary Pokemon. And I think I never used one in one of my games. Like I still have a Master Ball.
Oh, there's plenty.
But think about that, like randomizer, the
Obviously,
first thing you
Pokemon
get.
Randomizer, because I mean, you know, they have a program to randomize nearly every single one from red and blue all the way to like the later DS games. You can randomize the 3DS ones, but I don't think that program does that. Obviously, can't do Switch yet, but maybe later.
Yeah. But that would be so fun. You sitting there like trying to.
Oh God. You know, maybe that's something we should do. Like, we don't have to play multiplayer, but we can have like both of us, you know, going back and forth or something, playing a save, playing it on Nuzlocke.
I don't do Nuzlocks.
I know, but I'm saying that could be something we could do. See how long that lasts.
We should try to do like a Pokemon randomizer then, like red and blue.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like I said, if it is Nuzlocke, we'll also randomize it, so it's the same thing. But We'll just add in that rule.
What
I
does
want to do that. I've actually never played it.
what does a randomizer actually do in Pokemon? Like, I get the items, but like,
I mean, it randomizes like Pokemon spawns. Like you could have like a level 2. I don't freaking know.
get a fucking Mewtwo in the beginning.
You could if it's part of the game. Yeah, you could.
Is this red and blue? Wait, is Mewtwo in red and blue? Yeah, it must be because there's 150. No, wait, there's 151 in the first game, and I think Mewtwo is 152.
What's the point doing red and blue? I think we should go a little bit higher. Maybe a Sapphire randomizer. Cause I wouldn't mind playing on that one. I'd say Fire Red, but that's a little generic. Go a little bit over. Go to Sapphire.
I mean, I want to do because I want to complete. I have never completed the red and blue storyline.
The only one I've ever completed is Black. I've only beaten Pokemon Black.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, we probably should try to complete at least the storyline of Fire, Red and Blue, and that means that we can just do Fire and Red.
I don't want to do Fire Red. I want to move on to another one. Like, I played Fire Red way too much. I think we should try another one in that generation. Which
yeah, that's Sapphire.
Sapphire. I mean, much people do Leaf Green, so I think we should just move to Sapphire on that one. Could
Sapphire or Ruby. I'd rather take Sapphire because I like Kyogre more than I like Rudon.
That and also Sapphire is like a childhood thing for me. Like, it's one of the games I had as a kid.
I have Sapphire on my Advance.
That's what I had it on. I mean, I don't have it anymore, but I used to. And I had Crystal. That's another game I had.
It's different. I said I have it, meaning I have it here. I even have a box beside me of all my games. I have Pokemon Emerald. There's a game in my Emerald game.
Oh no, there's
a game stuck, I think, in my... Wait, is it a game? No, it's not stuck.
Out of all the Pokemons I had Crystal, I had Sapphire. I didn't have Fire Red. I've just played it. So, I mean, I had Sapphire. Then moving on to DS, I got Platinum. I skipped Diamond and Pearl. I played them. I played Diamond a little bit. I actually kind of liked it. And then when I went to Pearl, it's like they changed up the graphics to be more 3D-ish, and it just didn't look good to me. Like, it kind of looked like trash to me. So...
I have a blue cartridge for
played a little bit of
Sapphire.
I played Black version, obviously. Beat it. Played a little bit of Soul Silver. I skipped Black and White too.
Isn't that the same story again? Yeah, actually.
It's a little different. I don't know what it was, but I skipped them. Where'd I go next? Then I played Y. I didn't beat it, obviously. I got a little bit into it and stopped. And then I played Ultra Moon. And that's as far as I've gotten.
You never played this Sun or Moon?
Nope. Never played Sun and Moon. I know how they play because I've seen people play it, but I know I've played Ultra Moon.
It's a good... Both is good.
Yeah. But, yeah, so... still debating on buying Sword at the moment. I can, but there's a few things I'm wanting. I'm wanting to get Sword. I actually want to get Mario Maker 2, because there's a bunch of stuff that can be done now. Heck, you have actual worlds, so you can literally have games of Mario in there for people's levels, so that's kind of funny.
You can make your own base world and use people's levels to play through it, like.
Yep. You can do that. I don't know if you can use other people's worlds. You might need to create your own each time or upload ones you've already made yourself. I don't know, but what I at least know is you can share your world. So, you know, people can play that world or whatever. So, I mean, that'd be nice. That's fun. What else? I don't know. But stuff. I've always kind of wanted Mario Maker 2. A Mario Maker, I wanted one.
Oh yeah, I have Lego Star Wars Complete Saga on my 3DS. Or not on 3DS, on DS.
I have it on my DS somewhere. It's actually somewhere around this house somewhere. I do have it. I just don't know where it is. But yeah, I have it on 360, so I don't really care. And you can play online on that version. You can play online co-op on that, which How much does that game cost? Hold on a minute. Let me see that.
Isn't it on 360?
Yeah, and it's compatible with Xbox One, so
Yeah.
you can play it through there. I'm just curious, because I mean, it's not cheap.
Didn't we check up on that before once?
I have. I don't remember what it was.
Huh.
A lot of games out there messing with, huh?
This is
$5.
my metal box.
Wait, seriously? It's $5?
Huh.
Hey, I know a $5 game. I might buy you. Otherwise, of course you can pick whatever else, but that's a game.
I may even
That's
buy.
something we can actually do is play that online.
But here's the thing: we shouldn't we wait until the complete Skywalker saga comes out?
Well, yeah, but I don't know if that's gonna be online because Force Awakens wasn't.
Yeah, but they're probably gonna hopefully add it now because every other game has.
True, but it's $5. You can spend $5 extra and then spend 40 to 60. I don't really think a Lego game should be $60. I think it should always be like 40 or 50 or something. Like 60 is a little pricey for a Lego game, my opinion. I mean, then again, they are remaking every single episode.
Yeah, so in that case, I can take it. Like that's like you get.
Kinda, yeah, it'd kind of be $60 thanks. They had to redo everything.
Like you have the first three. No, wait. But Lego Star Wars One is Lego Star Wars first.
Yeah, the first Star Wars game
is 4 to 6.
Star Wars game was the prequel.
Is it the prequel? Huh.
Yeah, the prequels were the first Star Wars game. The second one was the original trilogy, so that had the originals. Then they came out with the third Star Wars game, which was the Clone Wars. It didn't get very far, which kind of annoyed me because I'm like, couldn't they just make DLCs for the rest of the episodes that came out?
Wait, if Rise of the Skywalker series comes out, they're gonna add in the Clone Wars to that one because Anakin is in it?
I don't know if they can. I don't know if they will.
Oh, they should do that.
It's just the Skywalker saga is just basically like the movie-wise, but it doesn't matter about him being in it or not. But anyway, you have the Clone Wars as number 3, and then they came out with Force Awakens, and now we're getting this one.
Have you just put out that Skywalker was the main character in all the first 6 movies? Then
yeah, there was a Skywalker as a main character. That's why it's called that.
Yeah. Yeah, but here's the thing. It was always a Skywalker that was the main character. Then you come to episode 7, it's like, yeah, so you know Skywalker's on a different planet and doesn't have anything to do with this at the moment. Like,
well, they Disney, but I mean the real problem there is just that at the time no one knew what Rey's family heritage was. I'm not gonna say it because for those who haven't seen Rise of Skywalker, they do tell you who it is.
Yeah, haven't they like spoiled it like a lot? Didn't they even spoil that like before?
But for those who still haven't seen it, I'm not gonna say
I have not seen
it's
it, and I
it's out
know
now
it.
on DVD, Blu-ray, digital, and it's coming to Disney Plus tomorrow.
Yeah. Also, talking about this movie,
Which,
we
by the way,
need.
I have Disney Plus.
Yeah,
So,
I
mean,
don't
that's
have
the thing,
it.
though. I mentioned that I mentioned that on Discord that I might add that as a movie night idea.
Yeah,
all the Star Wars movies.
And does that include the Clone Wars movie?
No.
We should add that one.
Well, no, it wouldn't make sense. It's out of canon in a way. It is part of canon, but I mean, it kind of ruins the effect.
Yeah, but it's kind of a good one. We don't need to say it like a.
It's okay. Okay, I'll say this. I recently watched back the Clone Wars movie. I thought it was cringy as hell versus what the TV shows turned into. Because I mean, it was.
I think the movie was terrible. I think that's the thing.
Series like started out a little off, but it was good. And then after maybe
I think it was like when we were kids, it was good because it was like
boom, like oh, that is great. The show's still awesome. It's still great all the way through.
Isn't it like Rebels? Is like people is not liking that much.
Everybody hates Rebels. I was okay with it. I mean, I see where people are coming from, but I still like it. I like it.
I think it's
the
like
new show that came on, Star Wars Resistance or whatever. It's written by the same people, different animation style, and has to do with like a First Order pilot or something. I don't know what the hell it was,
Yeah,
But
isn't that the issue? Like the Clone Wars at least had like a line, but I feel like what I've understood, Rebels doesn't really have a direct line to what it is. Like,
I mean, it does. It's still like, rebels trying to face off against the Empire, and it goes throughout the whole thing, I guess.
huh.
It does quite a bit. It's just it kind of makes no sense in a way. I mean, you have a story about two Jedi who are like surviving and all this other stuff, and it's like, well, we know they're nowhere near in the actual movies or anything, and they can't have that much of an effect on the world. I mean, technically, three Jedi's if you had Ahsoka. Still, you can't do all that much. I mean, you just have little background element people who just do this and that, and it's like, what are they gonna do? At least in Clone Wars, it's like it was the Clone Wars. You didn't get that much into it. No one knew a lot about it except for the 2003 show or whenever that came out. I mean, that one was kind of good, but I have not seen it in God knows how long.
and
I
they at
have one of
least
the
could
movies.
work. They worked it out a few seasons. I don't. Didn't they start remaking the season? Like they start new seasons with that one,
What? Uh,
the
Clone
Clone
Wars?
Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, they've added a seventh season. It's airing right now.
But that was
Yeah, that was
probably
like a
because
long
people were
episode.
like, "This shit you gave us."
Well, that's because it wasn't that it was bad, like Rebels or anything. That was the point. It's that it cut off at a bad point. Like season 6 cut off at like a cliffhanger and left us at a sort of bad point. So it's like they need to give us another season, and they are, which people are indifferent on it. I mean, it's people say that it started off kind of messed up and it's ruining the canon bit of 3, which to me, I think they should change a lot of stuff because I'm gonna say now the prequels are a little odd. They literally just made Anakin into like a ragey like
Edgy
whatever
boy.
kinda, but at the same time it's like all he did was just get into tantrums. Like, oh god, this crap's happening. Like, I'm sure there's bad stuff going on, but he treated it like he's just a child throughout the entire time, and it's like, also Lucas, buddy, you started off with some good stuff in the originals trilogy and everything. Everything was pretty good. There's some questionable things that you did, but you know what? We'll get into that at some other point. Prequels, you are awful at freaking love stories, man. Like, good god.
I think he never had a love story.
Well, it did have a love story in the prequel because,
Yeah,
and both of them did. But I mean, obviously, Anakin Padme, like, it was not a very good story, and it was terrible writing, because it's like this is just awful to watch. And
I
it's
mean,
like, they need to
I'm
change a
gonna be
lot when it comes to
honest. Like,
3 because they could have made it much better, and I feel like Clone Wars, if they, tapped into it, they could make it better. Wow, better. You can make it much better. Will they? I don't know, because we're on an 11th episode. I don't know how many there are gonna be.
isn't it like 24 in the original ones? The 24 per.
I don't know.
Kids show
I,
is so weird.
hmm.
Like I can't see a kid show having seasons because it's like if it's
I mean,
weird.
it's not a kids show though. I mean, it's not.
Well,
I mean, sure,
technically,
kids can watch it, but it's not aimed towards kids. It's aimed towards the fans. In any case, it could be adult fans or whatever.
yeah,
It's
but
all towards it. It's just that what it is, and considering what like whatever the age rating on it, since it's not crazy, they can put it on Cartoon Network or whatever, and it'd be fine.
didn't
And
it
that's what it
go on
was
Cartoon
on.
Network from start? Like,
Yeah, that's what it was on. Was Cartoon Network, and then because Disney bought it out, moved it. Okay, first it was on Cartoon Network, then they put it on Netflix, and now it's on Disney Plus.
yeah, didn't they? Yeah, they when they bought Star Wars, they didn't have Disney Plus yet, so
Nope.
they sold it
They
to
let
everyone, and then it was like, hey, let's start our own stream
they moved
service.
everything on Netflix at that point because they had they had different stuff. They had some Marvel movies on Netflix. They had
They still
the
have some
last
Marvel
couple.
movies actually.
Yeah, they need to move them. They had Last Jedi, and I think Force Awakens was on there, but I don't remember. I know Last
Yeah,
Jedi was.
I watched both The Force Awakens and the one after that on Netflix.
Yeah, Last Jedi took a while to get put onto Disney Plus. It's now on there, and tomorrow they're adding. They'll be adding Skywalker. So.
Yeah, that's the last movie.
Yep. That's a.
And
I think we've talked about it before, but if they're gonna make any more Star Wars movies, they can't connect it to the same story anymore. They just need to stop. I feel like they shouldn't have made a sequel trilogy like that. They should have made it different, like disconnect from the whole Skywalker deal in general. Just make it about new people. No, you can put in old characters as just like a little, sign
I
to
mean, I
them,
wouldn't mind
but they
having
don't need to become a part of it.
okay, I have not watched the Solo movie yet either, but it's because like
It's okay.
why? Like why? And same with
It's
Rogue
just like they
One.
go back into his past. Yeah, it's just past movies, which I'll say this Rogue One, I actually thought was a good movie. Kind of.
But
I mean, it had its issues, but obviously the best part was Vader at the end. That was obviously the best. Solo, it was okay. It was good. It just
I kind of get the idea of deep
things
diving
dragged on.
into certain characters, but I feel like
They're supposed to be making a Kenobi prequel movie,
oh
which it
no,
just takes place. It just takes place between
1 and
I
2.
think. No, it takes place between 3 and 4.
Oh, I would want one also between 1
During
and
his time
2.
on Tatooine and him doing stuff.
Yeah, I also
own
would
solo
want
movie.
to know about a little bit what happens between.
Read a book.
I don't read books, or I do read books,
Well,
but
I'll tell you this. I mean, obviously, there's I forgot who wrote them. I used to have all of them, but I let a friend borrow them, and I never got them back. The only reason why is because I was in school at the time. I let him borrow it. I never got them back because I could never get it back. They probably still have it. I could probably still get it from them. We just don't talk these days. So I'll have to figure out if I can do that. Anyway, somebody wrote it. I don't know their name, but they made an Anakin Skywalker book, an Obi-Wan book, and a Luke Skywalker book. It tells you from like when they were like way before their debut parts. So Anakin when he was 3, I think is when it started. It's like when he was like 3. Uh, Obi-Wan was way before Episode 1. I don't remember exactly when. And Luke, sometime around he was a kid, I think. I don't know. But yeah, starts from there, and it has a bunch of stuff in between movies and everything that goes on. And they also made a Darth Maul one. That one I liked.
that is a movie they should walk into a little bit though. Make a movie out of is Darth Maul
They
because
had a lot of stuff in that book too. I mean, it detailed from when he was a kid on Dathomir, and they have whatever.
oh, is he one of those from Dathomir?
Yeah, you didn't know that? He's
No,
a Knight brother.
Yeah, I don't have checked. That's the thing. I don't know.
Well, yeah, didn't you see? I mean,
That's why I
he
say
plays
certain
through
characters
Fallen
need.
Jedi because I mean, he looks the same. They look the same because he's from it.
He should.
I don't know.
That's a character they should make a movie about. Is Darth Maul.
They really should. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of content to go with, and from what was written before.
Is there any book about
that
Grievous?
Adapted. I don't think so. Maybe there is, but with Maul, I mean, like I said, they had a lot of stuff going from him being on Dathomir. Then Sidious gets him, and his entire childhood, his entire life at that point is spent training to be, like be a part of the Sith. It's pretty good. I mean, I've read through it only once, but I remember quite a bit of it.
It's because he doesn't get that much
book,
screen time.
I mean, I don't know if it's canon. Actually, it is canon because the end of the book connects to the Clone Wars. Clone Wars is canon, and it connects to it because it talks about like the episode where he's found. Like it's literally that part in the last bit of the book, and it's like that kind of makes it canon then, I guess.
But
like, it's just funny because there was a part in the book that I'm like, oh, well, didn't know that was a thing. Weaker lightsabers. They had a part where it had Sidious trying to kill Maul, where it's like, it's as if he's trying to kill him, and he thought that was happening. But then he noticed that, tried to hit him with a lightsaber, it didn't cut through him, obviously, because it was weaker. It was just like something that would just like hit him and probably burn a little bit, but it's like, oh, he's not actually trying to kill me. This is like a training thing. And it's like, okay, now go back at him. It's like, oh, well, yeah. Didn't know that was a thing. Weaker lightsabers for training.
this is like a voodoo, the voodoo sword of lightsabers.
It's kind of funny because I'm like, you give children, like Jedi will give children lightsabers back. Here you go ahead and train with this. Like, dude, I mean, they don't start them with that. They probably start them with a staff or something. But it's like, why would you give a child a lightsaber? Like, good God.
I mean, should we mention Pokemon? They give a fucking fire breathing lizard.
Like I said, it's that, but at the same time, it could actually just be whatever it is.
Yeah.
They could give them like the training sabers, so you know they're like much weaker, but it just gives them like something to get used to. But yeah, I mean that's something I didn't know. Yeah, a Maul movie like completely like that, I'd be entirely into. Or if you just animated the whole thing, I don't care. Make it into a TV show or a movie because it's a huge.
I think a TV show, depending on what you have told
like
me,
a
because
mini
that's
series, I'd say. A
yeah.
mini series.
Like the first episode is like his childhood,
all the way to his supposed death in episode 1 to him in Clone Wars, like when he's found. Like that's the direct end of the book. Like it goes just all that. So it's like a little mini series or something. It could be
I think
10, 15 episodes.
That's not a mini series then. A mini series I say is like 4 or 5 episodes.
I still think if it's one season, it's a mini series to me. Because one season is not worth a show. It sucks that.
But that's what I mean. Like if they do like a mini series, like 4 or 5 episodes, that would be enough. Like if they do like,
they could, but at the same time, a mini series, I don't know. Either a mini series or just a small TV show. Like you can have like 10 episodes, maybe less, 8.
Yeah, but basically, because I think that I would also want something about Grievous, because I feel like you don't have a lot of information except that he's a robot. But I've understood with a beating heart, like.
I mean, I just thought about that. I don't know if I want a mini series off of that because I feel like someone's gonna screw it up and it would ruin it for me. Because in Halo, they have the book Fall of Reach, details from Master Chief as a kid all the way up to before Halo 1, like as they're leaving Reach. But it's like that is a whole book. They made a little mini series once Halo 5 came out, and it's on Netflix now. But they made that. It kind of sucks. Like it does not depict the scenes correctly to me. The animation is okay, but it's like
they should take Abrahams for this then. Like if they're gonna do a series, they should choose Abrahams for the series. Because I think
the actual, if we're talking about what series are we talking about? Like Maul?
If they're gonna make Maul, they should take Abrahams because he's said to be the best one who have done. For the trilogy they made now, Abrams was classified as the best. Because
that's because Abrams had a plan. Like he made the first one, and it was kind of a plan that he was going for. He wasn't trying to make them all into original trilogy clones. It was kind of there, yes.
The third one is definitely just like a clone from the.
Freaking well, obviously it's a freaking clone. Anyway, insider deals. Anyway, when it comes down to it, it's like. He wasn't really trying to do that. He was trying to make it into more of a story type of deal. Then Ryan comes in, and it's just like,
wasn't it that
throw out the
something
whole idea that
Abrams got kicked off because of a tweet?
It's just they brought in another no, that was Guns.
Yeah, I mean it was a lot that happened at the same time. Like people was like, "Oh, you're getting kicked off from this job because you tweeted this 5 years ago." Like, huh?
That was Gunn, James Gunn.
It happened a lot, and wasn't it only like that year was like a lot of people that got like cancelled because of what they had said like 10 years ago.
Kinda.
Like
kinda. But what was I trying to say? Yeah, Ryan Johnson, I think is the director's name. I'm not gonna say he's a bad director. It's just that he took it in an entirely different direction that Abrams was doing. They didn't get to collaborate as much, so it's like. That's why it was bad, is because it just completely flipped it onto another idea. And it's just like, it doesn't correlate together. You can't think of each individual movie as a movie if you're trying to make it a sequel of something. Because then you have to connect it all together and make it actually work, but you don't do that because you had 2 to 3 different directors working on all 3 movies. Sure, Abrams did like the first 1 and 3, but another director worked on it as well on 3. So it's like, you got all this mix and matching, and it just doesn't work.
But at least I think it would have been like if Abrams would have been both 1, 2, 3,
1 to 3, then he probably could have made it a little bit better.
Yeah, I think that was the issue because what I understood was a Snoke meant to be like the main bad guy, something.
Maybe, probably, yeah. I
Well,
mean, he's
him
kind of
and Ren would no,
I mean,
not
it made sense. It made a lot of sense for that. Really, the way that it was supposed to happen, according to like when it started, was that Rin was supposed to start as a like weak character, just like in training. Like it's like he starts out as someone who uh, isn't very good at what he's doing. It's like he's
basically
definitely going for the evil
basically
thing.
a Skywalker story. Basically, he's like she's not the
Kind
strongest. She's not like super overpowered like every.
Well, that's a Ray, but I mean, we're talking about Ren. Kylo Ren.
Yeah, I
He's
mean he
not
wasn't
when it
that
comes to
strong
him though.
either.
Well, yeah, but it's not about being strong. It's just that he wasn't very good at being the bad guy. It wasn't like the total antagonist at the time. And it was supposed to be every movie that continues on from that, he was supposed to get much better, more evil, more dark, and everything. It's just like become more like the perfect villain that you can have, be much better. Yeah, the first one,
I
it's
think
like
that would have worked
not very
really good.
great. It was a starter position, so I can't say anything about it because it's like that was his starting point. The second movie, it was getting to it kind of. It was kind of like that almost, not really, because it's like there was something going on there, but then it started leaning towards like, oh, he might be kind of good, and it's like, no, he's bad again. And then the third movie is just like it didn't get there. It did not reach that point. And it's like, well, all right.
And that's why bad guys always get a girl.
There was actually the other director, I'll mention it, of Rise of Skywalker. What was going to happen, there was a whole other version where all this other stuff was going to happen because again, two different directors worked on it. It was one director that like worked on half the time, I think, of all concept art and everything, what was going to happen, and then Abrams took over later for creative difference reasons. Yeah, the old director had creative differences, so it just didn't work out. Anyway, they had a lot of crazy ideas. Like that would have been really crazy. Like something about Kylo Ren was going to get like a special Mandalorian helmet, and it would actually get infused onto his face. Like it would actually burn. Like something would happen, and it would like burn and infuse onto his face,
So
so
it
he
would
couldn't
be
even
like a
take
new
off. Like
Darth Vader.
not really. I'm not saying like his entire skin would get burned. Well, that would happen, but I'm saying like the mask would literally just get like something would happen and the whole thing would be infused onto his face and melted onto it somehow. I'm like that would be crazy dark. There's something about some concept art about R2 getting like severely damaged. A lot of people are like, oh no, you would kill R2. It's like no, he would just be severely damaged. He got into a very bad battle or something, like got severely damaged. Like yeah, you're definitely pushing some stuff.
Well, yeah.
I'll just say the one thing I hate about Rise of Skywalker now is just they throw a lot of these ideas. It's like you don't think they would do it, and it's like it's a real ballsy move for them to do something like that. It's like that'd be cool. Then they just take it away. They're like, oh no, that didn't happen. It's okay. It's like, what? Why? You just made like a really good thing that if it stayed, it'd be like that would be a real ballsy move that would work. But then it's like, no, we're Disney. We can't do that. We gotta do nice things. So it's like, okay.
That's
And also the
like
pacing is just all freaking wrong. It's like super crazy battle, slow talk, and it's like super crazy battle. Hey, we're gonna go and talk about this thing, okay? Super crazy battle, like just
it's like a
stop
fucking
it.
Dragon Ball series in
It's
a
not even
movie
Dragon
from.
Ball. It's like it's just so bad pacing. At least Dragon Ball had pacing. It just a little odd, but Dragon Ball Z, just a little odd of pacing. But
Yeah, I have noticed your complaints
Rise of
on
Skywalker, like
your
works.
Twitter.
Well, the latest arc, yeah, is terrible on pacing. It's gone awful.
You
But I'm
just
alright.
like sit there like, okay, this is slow, like okay, this is bored, like okay. Like we
I'm saying what
get it.
happened.
They
There
sit
was
there
a scene
stare at
like
each other for 20 minutes or 20
it's not even
episodes.
staring at each other. There was a freaking part where he knocks the guy into the ground and he's just like sitting there for 20 seconds. I counted. He or like however many seconds I counted how long he was sitting there just staring. It's like no music, nothing. It's just staring down. Then it shows like it just like cuts to like the part where he's buried under rubble. You don't see him. It's buried. Cuts back to him just sitting there like as if he's staring at him. I guess he's dead. And walks off like what? Like, could you not find anything to do with that moment? Because it's a filler arc, so the animated themselves were making this story, not the creator of the show. So it's like, what the? Like, my God, man.
And he just when you say stashes the guy for 20 seconds and then says he's dead.
Yep. It's just like, well, I guess that I forgot he made a pillar joke because like he got buried underneath like where there's a pillar there. He made like a pillar pun. Like I forgot what he said, but it's just that he just like sit there like chuckled and then just like, well, in a way he's like, oh, I guess he's dead. Just walks off. And a few minutes later, it's like, oh no, he's not dead. But point being, it's like, oh. I can see why people hate that arc so much. Like I watched the previous ones. It's like there's some issues, yes, but it's overall enjoyable. That one, I slept through the last 2 episodes. No joke.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, it wrote like,
And
oh yeah,
at
I
that point,
slept.
I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going back because it was that boring to me. I'm like, I don't care. I get what happened. I know what happened because I've seen the show before and I've seen, you know, what happens. It's like, I know what happens. I don't care to watch it. I woke up at the end of the last episode in that arc and I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm just gonna stop watching right now. But at the very least, I don't like that arc.
Oh god.
So at the very least, later I'll continue, and it gets into the good arc next. The next arc starts like the really good ones that that actually show up. So I'm like, okay, those will be fun. Jesus Christ. I don't know. That's anime for you. Dragon Ball to be specific.
Like normal
show.
anime, at least, except except Alicization, like the first season of Alicization, that was just also dumb. They could have sure it done with at least 2 episodes, but no, we're gonna have like.
Plus, you have like 2 recaps in 1 season. It's like, do you really need that many?
No, I don't. No, they only had 1. Oh yeah, they had 2. Oh yeah, I forgot the second recap. Like
yeah.
I can get the first recap kind of ish because you're like, okay, that's cool. They tell like what have happened a little bit, but then the second one, and you're like, eh, why?
Why make 2 in 1 season though? I mean, just make 1 and like almost at the midway of the season, because and just be like, you know, if people are coming in and at that point, and they don't want to watch the rest, just be like, watch this recap. You'll kind of get what's going on, then keep going. Like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that again, it's like that kind of ruins.
And it's also good for the first time. It's like if you are mid-season, sometimes you barely remember what happened in the beginning because it's like especially in Alicization, it was like a lot happens in that show in the beginning. So it's like when you come into midway, a lot have happened. Then it's like you don't remember like they did go to school and stuff, like because it's like it's barely mentioned after they get like prisoned.
Anyway, yeah, so that's that stuff. Pretty sure we are in closing in our
10 minutes left. So
yeah.
Do we have anything to? Do we have anyone to bully?
Anyone got anything I can push Swede's buttons with? Because we haven't got a definitive him being a jerk to me.
No.
We've had kind of what I said before about the rule that, like the loophole, which is like mentioned to me beforehand and stuff you've said before.
Yeah.
So that kind of does not count. It just you being mean to me now about something.
I'm not. I have been real nice, and then I called him hot. So.
Yeah, on Discord.
Both of these got on stream. So it's on.
Just to say, it was for when I had my shirt off. It's back on now, by the way.
But
I had that off, and he just said that. I'm like,
I can't look at your beautiful body.
You can't look at me in general. There's no camera.
True, but I could think.
You don't even know what I look like on that end. You know what my face looks like. That's it. No one knows what I look like below that point. Like on stream or whatever.
I'm just thinking about all those memes about YouTubers not having legs and stuff. You don't have a torso. Like you used to.
It's always that thing where actually this is actually a group I was a part of that we made the joke about. I don't actually do that. Like I never really did it I don't now because the freaking room's way too cold or whatever at times. We formed a group called the Pantsless Streamers because it was just like the idea that we had the webcam and you know, you can't see like below our chest or something like that. So it's like you don't know if we're wearing like pants or anything. It's like the Markiplier type of deal. He never really wore pants at the time. It's like, well, that's kind of how we were. It's like we don't wear pants.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of
you can't see that.
like a few like if we say mini lad, he definitely needs to wear pants because of all his skits he does in his like every episode. Like think about that, he's not having pants, like trying to do a skit and it's like instant ban.
I don't think it's a problem showing in depending.
Well,
Actually,
YouTube is fine, but with the Twitch new rules.
I'm saying it depends on the type of the underwear. If it looks like the kind that looks like shorts almost, that's not really a problem. But if we're talking here, it's like, yeah.
Also, again, can we just go back to that? Like we talked about the Twitch rules with the sexual attirement or whatever they talked about, whatever it was called. Yeah, the dress code thing. Like, it was so fucking like, oh, if you have like a swimsuit, like if you were gonna like say, I think swimming or something, it couldn't show nipples, and I'm like, like.
I think that's the idea of a swimsuit.
Like, isn't that meant to be like?
Like, I'm pretty sure that's the definition of a swimsuit, is so it doesn't show anything. Like, all you're seeing is obviously skin, but you're not getting any like personal.
Actually, I think it's more of a full suit swimsuit they are talking about, like Well,
regardless, it's my point. You just,
yeah,
it's not like to show that.
Yeah, but like,
unless you have the specific kind that would show them.
Yeah.
That's a different story. We're not onto that. Regardless, it's just funny that they have to elaborate so much because they got so much heat about not being super vague with their rules. And it's like,
and then
sure,
it's
they
like,
were, but they don't need to go deep into it. Like, you don't need to go crazy.
No, it's just called common. Everything they wrote down in there was like basic common sense. They should have wrote in that. Like, they should have just wrote like have common sense. Like,
I mean, there's some stuff that should be illustrated, like, you know, again, with the mixer ones when they came out, there was some stuff that would make sense. I mean, you know, like, say in the, if you don't put in certain content ratings on, it's like, certain things make sense. Like, you know, a lot of streams back today would have, like, a guy with their shirt off, and it'd be like, oh, that's fine. Now you can't have that. Like, it, you know, wouldn't be fair anyway, so yeah, don't have that. In some places, tank tops are not allowed. That's a thing.
I don't know why.
Wear, sleeveless shirts unless it's like rated 18, I think, or 17.
But here's also a thing, like, it was so vague with also the cleavage rule. Like, they had a cleavage rule, and it was so fucking weird. Like, you can't show it, but you can show it. Like,
well, I mean, mixers, I think, like, none could be shown at a point. Then it was like just the tiniest bit, and then it's like, you know, not. I mean,
I think it's
amount, but it's
yeah,
like,
I think it's like if you have a shirt that is like going down a little bit under the neck, there's a little bit of a more of a taller neck deal, and it goes down a little bit. Like,
basically, it's just that if you're not intentionally trying to show your chest off, it's like, you know, okay, that's fine. If you're intentionally trying to show it, then no.
And then you have the body painting stuff that was like straight for like, yeah, you just don't show this. If you body painting, like, just think about what you're doing, and
that's the other thing when it comes down to is like the body painting thing. It's like, yeah, that's kind of the reason for body painting. It's like, you know, you kind of have to do that.
Yeah, so they were like, okay, you have to do this if you do.
I'm sure most of the time, I don't watch any, but I'm saying most of the time they probably like turn around, like in their chair or something, work on that bit till it's covered enough, and then they could, you know, turn to show what they've painted onto it.
Yeah, and that was like, it was more like,
you know, they don't start the stream yet, they get that area done, and then they start it, so it's like, you know, they don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, but like that was like the only thing that made sense of all the rules. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, that was the one that made sense. Like, okay, so basically you just tape over this stuff. I think it was that basically say have something that covers if you're gonna do it, because I think you could actually show the front if you wanted to, if you were body painting, but as long as you cover it. So that's in a little bit sense, like, so it was like, okay, you can show this, like, okay, that's understandable, like it makes sense. But then you have like the rest of the rules, and you're like, common sense, and what the fuck do you mean? Like, you can't show, but you can show stuff. What?
Oh.
So basically, what they're telling you, you just don't dress in a questionable manner. That's what they are trying to say. Instead of saying that straight out, like, just they have to be specific on how it looked like. Okay, but what is that? What is classified as too much in your eyes? Like, because I promise you, you don't gonna give a fuck in the end. Because I promise you, you put those rules, then you're not gonna follow them. That's Twitch for you. I mean, you have like Dr. Disrespect that still is on Twitch, I think. Even though he has been like banned, like.
I don't see what people find so great about people like that. I
yeah,
don't.
But not
like,
only
I've seen some of his content like through like little clips or something, because for a while there I would watch like Twitch clips, like, you know, funny ones or whatever. He was a big part of a lot of them. I'm just like, this isn't funny at all. It's just some stupid rageaholic guy who thinks he's all that great, and he just fucking dumbass, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I mean, hey, if you like him, sure, go ahead and watch it, but I don't care.
But also, he when you get banned after that a million times for being so dumb, like, then maybe it's time either to ban him fully or like actually be like, maybe he shouldn't be, or be like, maybe we should tell him that if he doesn't change, we're gonna ban him permanently from the site.
Right. Plus, when it comes down to it, I mean, obviously it's not a bad thing for you to be, but if you're just exclusively, mostly a battle royale type of streamer, it's like, I'm obviously not gonna like you. I mean, you might be a good person in general, like, you know, we probably do, say, you know, if it's like someone, a friend of mine or something, I guess, and they just want to do all that, it's like, you know, if you're up for playing other things, just casually, not streaming it, cool. But if you're going to be streaming that, it's like, I'm probably not going to watch, just because, I mean, I don't really want to have to watch that. You stream anything else, though, I'll watch it, maybe. I just don't really like
talking about Battle Royale streamers. I saw Ninja on Mixer playing League.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's not gonna mainly play that. I mean, play Fortnite.
Yeah, but I thought, like, I think he's probably also been like, I have played this now so much, so the.
Honestly, that's probably the case. I mean, I gotta be honest. How do people play the same game constantly for most of their career? It's like, that bored the hell out of me. I mean, it's one thing. Again, if you're, say, Call of Duty only or Halo only type of streamer, and it's like, you got plenty of options to go through, so
yeah,
that's
like,
fine. But like Fortnite or PUBG or Apex or whatever, it's like, you don't have a lot of options here. You kind of just playing the same thing over and over. Warzone and blah blah blah. It's like, ugh.
I played Warzone today.
I still have not played it at all because honestly, I don't even want to try. I don't even want to try. I think it'd probably be the most boring thing I've ever done, so I'm not even attempting. I'll probably watch somebody play it just to see how it is, but I don't feel like playing it myself. But yeah, there's that. There's something else I was gonna mention about that. I don't know. Yeah, just I thought that'd be boring as hell. And when it comes to Ninja, I mean, he started his whole thing playing Halo, I think.
Yeah.
He apparently says he's gonna get back to it, and I don't know if he's done a stream of it yet, but
Nor
I know
do
he's going to.
That's the thing, like,
I don't know, because I mean, when he moved over to Mixer, he said that was one of the things he was going to try to do is play some Halo, because it's like, you know, getting back to it. He's not contractually obligated to play it. He can do it if he wants to, but it's like, you know, he said he was going to. Like, I'd watch that. I don't like any of your Battle Royale stuff and Fortnite crap, but I might watch that.
So when are they making a Halo Battle Royale?
Don't ever. Don't ever. Okay, I'll say this. If you license it out to another company, if 343 or Microsoft in this case license it out to another company, they've done it with their previous games, like with the Halo Wars games, Spartan Assault. Those are different companies making it. It's just 343 is a publisher at that rate. They're not the developers. Someone else is the developer.
Isn't it
If they do
Bungie the
that,
developers for Halo?
the first bits. Now it's 343.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I'm saying like now in the moment, it's like if 343 would license out to another studio and they made the Battle Royale version and it's a separate game, I'd be all for it. I'd be like, you know what, go for it. But don't waste your time trying to like go with a trend. Like I hate that about a lot of games because it's like
Yeah, that was
they'll focus on one mode because they think the fans will love it. Like let's say Call of Duty, for example,
Blackout.
if they did that with Warzone or Blackouts, like they'll focus all their like stuff on that solely instead of what they should be focusing on. Let's say Halo, most people want an extremely good campaign and a really fun multiplayer. If they focus it all on a battle royale mode, it just ruins it. So it's like, let them focus on their thing, license it out to another studio, let them make a battle royale. There's plenty of good ideas for it. They can make one, but let someone else do it. Don't do it in-house, because then you're just wasting.
I mean, you also have fucking Forza Battle Royale.
I mean, I'd say with Halo 5, one of the issues is they probably focus on multiplayer a little too much. Some modes like Wars, like they actually have a Warzone mode that they call it, which is PvPvE. So you're facing against enemies and people at the same time. So you have that, and you also have their Forge mode, which is extremely good, but it's like their campaign is so lackluster. Like if they would have focused more on that campaign.
Hopefully they go back to like even if I don't like the game, I hope in that sense that they go back in the new game to focus more on the campaign than the.
I really hope so too. I mean, the trailer wise, I don't know if you watched it, but I mean, the trailer wise, like it graphical wise, it looked really good. Like it did look really great. But
what looks great doesn't mean it's good. Like just because it looks great.
Well, I mean, it seemed like it was going in a good direction at that point. But the problem is with Halo Infinite, we've had no sources for the longest time. Like there is no official gameplay yet, and we haven't had a trailer since the last E3.
Yeah.
Maybe another thing before that, but I mean, or after that, but it's like we haven't really had anything. No news. So a lot of people are like in the middle of like, is it going to be delayed again? Is there just literally nothing going on?
At the moment, I think it's
like
kind of delayed.
All of their hype up. I mean, it could be a little bit delayed because of COVID, but I mean, like, otherwise, like, before that, there was still nothing. And what I'm saying is, like, they could have all this, like, really good news that they're probably just holding on to because they want to just put it all out there at once or something. Like, just shove all that news and be like, oh, hey, here's all this cool stuff that's going on. Gives a lot of hype, and sure, hype is a very good thing to have during like a game's release, but too much like of nothing happening is gonna just drain the hype and gonna make everybody not really excited for it when it comes out. So you need to have something to keep everyone going for a little while. At the moment, sure, they're working on the PC version of MCC, but I think that's another studio or another part of the studio. They've split it in half. Like half of them are, or like a certain bit of the studio is working on the PC version, and the rest is working on the new game. So that is that. I mean, it's good, I guess. Whatever.
And with that said, my young
we should
people.
Go ahead. We should go ahead and stop because, we just went ahead and let that be our last topic. Might as well get a little bit into that 3-hour mark. A little bit, not too long.
Yeah.
So everyone out there, thank you for coming to listen or watch, depending on what you're doing. I'm still going to try my best on uploading more episodes.
Oh, talking about how have you uploaded any more since episode 3?
No.
4?
No. I'm only up to episode 3 now. We got 3 episodes. Yeah, literally all I'm doing now, before I put like a more of a effort, like the first episode's little message I put in the beginning. Literally all I'm doing now is just trying to see if there's any issues in those episodes. If there's a little bit of an issue, or if there's just some to note. say if it's one of those spoiler episodes where we review SAO, like I'll mention that in the beginning. Just be like, hey, it's a spoiler episode. Just let you know. You can skip that part later. Whatever. Done. And then I'll let the episode go through. But if we keep going, eventually I'll stop putting intro stuff. I'll just stop it and just keep the episodes running as soon as it starts, which means it'll be a much faster upload. Like just do it whenever I want.
Yeah, all he's gonna basically do is remove the starting soon screen because that's not needed.
That takes a while. Like the one today, we had a very long one. Take that away.
Yeah, that was because we had Discord issues again. Like that was the main reason. Like we tried to talk, but it was like he was lagging for me, and I probably was lagging, so we said that we like,
oh yeah,
did we use Skype?
Like, might as well, and it has worked perfect the entire time. I had no issues.
I think I had a little bit lag, but that could just been like.
I think it was on your side. I haven't heard any.
Yeah. Also, no frame drops today.
Yeah, me either. What the hell's going on? Usually I have like a bit of frame drops, and I'm like, well, I mean, it's a podcast. I don't care. We can have frame drops.
Yeah, but like, I'm not saying what I'm like. What's wrong?
One of my gameplays, I don't remember what I was playing, but I had like 11% frame drops, and I'm like, God, this is just down. Like, I was just so upset about it. I'm like, it's probably okay. Everyone who's in, the people who were in chat really weren't saying much about it. And I looked on the stream a couple times, like, oh, it's not too bad. It'll be alright. But anyway, yeah. So, thank you all for coming to listen and everything. We are going to go and plug our channels. I mean, you know, you follow me
YouTube.
on Twitch, YouTube, Mixer. Same with him.
Yes.
Twitch, YouTube, Mixer. On my YouTube channel, it has every single link in the description.
And same on same on mine.
So that's every single link that you need from my stuff. Also Twitter. I don't have his Twitter in my description.
Yeah, you have to go to mine then.
Yeah, you could just look that around. But my Twitter is there if you want to go there.
And reverse on my side, like I don't have his Twitter, but I have his Twitch and his YouTube. I think I added his Mixer. I don't know.
I don't either. Another thing to note, if you're going to be following me on Twitter, don't put on notifications. You'll get spammed with a lot of stuff. For one, I retweet a lot of giveaways just because I like to enter. There's some stuff I actually want to enter to get. So, yeah, because you can't actually make an alt account and do giveaways. That is against their terms of service. And I would not be able to do any more giveaways. They would just ban both of my accounts from being able to do anything. So yeah, I can't do that. And two, I'm reviewing Dragon Ball Z as I'm rewatching it, so if you don't want to know about that, again, don't put on notifications. I have like 6 or 7 messages per episode these days.
Yeah, and you sit there on Twitter like, I get a wonderful, funny picture for me. This episode was so irritating because this, I'm like, oh.
Well, you don't need to read it, okay? No one said you needed to.
No, but that's like the base of it, like I'm not kidding. I read through the first 2 threads, or the first thread, and then a second time because then I was like, I'm not bothering anymore.
Just don't bother. I mean, you don't care about the show. I'm just putting it just to my thoughts. I mean, I was thinking of every arc changed to another thread, but it's like that's just I don't know about that. I could actually. I just put the link at the end of the other thread, and then at the top of the new thread, put the previous link and be like, hey, get back to that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that in the future. I don't know, but there's just a few arcs left. Anyway, yeah, I'll get all that. I do post other stuff, like actual stuff going on, and whenever stream goes up, I always try to put that up there as well. So that's another way to find out. Yeah, and him, he retweets a lot of art. Some art that could be a little not safe for work. So
18 plus or well. Yeah. For me, I don't care if you're 18 plus or not. It's more like I should just mention it because it's like
it's kind of like the art that he does retweet. So it's for your warning. So like, if you
that's the thing. I feel like that age restriction is like for me I don't care because you probably still would have find something like it anyways if you wanted to. So.
Yeah, but I mean, it's on people's feed, and some people are really particular on what's on their feed. So it's like, if you don't want that on there, okay, fine, don't. Just be a little careful on that. Anyway, there's all that.
And
Discord,
also, yeah, Discord. We have two. We have.
Chat. Yes, Discord.
I'm too lazy to take out my keyboard.
Well, I put on mine. So there we go. There is my Discord. So you can go there. Just a note, it has a verification thing, so we don't get bots. So just verify. People don't get it for some reason. It's just get code. Like you put in the get code and welcome. It'll send you a DM. They'll send you a DM with the code. You put the question marks. That's the prefix, and they put that code in there, and it will unlock the whole server for you. Like that's it. It's not hard. It just people don't get it for some reason. So
you put that in verification information. Like, did you put that there?
No, right there. I mean, I probably should at this rate because I've had people like, hey, can I join your Discord? Like, sure. And they don't get past the verification screen. They're like, it's not hard, but I even DM them because, they're part of the server now. And if that's part of their settings, then I can DM them. And I'm like, hey, just do this. It'll be all right. They don't really get past verification. I'm like, it's not hard, buddy. It's okay. Just to keep the bots out. Clearly, it's not clearly it's childproof. Actually, it's not childproof because my cousin, who's a kid, got in the server. If he can do it, why can't you?
My cat got into this. No.
Your penguin clearly did. Anyway, well, that was before the verification.
Yeah, but he has done the verification because you asked me to test it out.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I tested it with mine and yours. Okay, so there's that.
And also don't you say I have been really innocent today? Well, innocent is not the term, but nice.
I would say innocent. Being nice to me, that's a different story. Innocent, no.
You would never be innocent.
Nope. Anyway, there's the link to the audio podcast, which at the moment just has 3 episodes, and we're on episode 19,
have every... That's also linked in my description, by the way, for people that want good way.
The audio version, and I'm going to keep trying to edit it out, edit it up, get it better. What else was I going to say?
I don't know.
At the moment, right now, I'm not uploading new episodes until we get caught up, which, again, it's probably going to take a while, but whenever I get caught up, I will start making it part of a schedule, which at the moment is going to be every Monday or Tuesday.
Depending on when...
Monday or Tuesday is around the time when new episodes will be uploaded in audio form. While stream-wise, it'll still be the same days.
Like, Saturday or Sundays they upload, like, depending on...
Saturday and Sundays are going to be our streams if we're going to be here to do it, because sometimes we don't feel like it, or whatever. Or there's not enough news for us to actually...
Yeah, that was like, if people don't... If you missed it, it's like, last time we didn't do it because we were like, there is nothing to talk about, basically.
We couldn't think of anything. I mean, yeah. Today was literally a rumble. Just rambling on everything, so... Yeah. We probably could have done that last time, but oh well. Anyway, that was that. So, yeah. Soon enough we'll get all the previous episodes.
I have a key.
The new ones. Good for you. And yeah. So, I believe that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Stay tuned tomorrow. We will likely be streaming some...
Ocarina of Time.
For anyone here at the live stream. Probably doing some Ocarina of Time randomizer. For anyone watching or listening later, you can go to our, again, the YouTube channel. And it will be there later. On my side. On his side, we don't know. It depends if he's able to stream. But on my side, it will definitely be there. If we do this. So, yeah. So, anything else to add?
No. I have a cat in my left corner.
That's not much else to add. People can see that on video-wise.
But,
otherwise, they don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So I pointed out for those that don't see it.
I mention this one thing, actually. If you ever get a good enough webcam, it doesn't have to be anything big, or if you can get an adapter for that Connect you have, which doesn't cost that much, you could literally use it as a webcam on your PC, and we could actually use that instead of anything else. Could be a thing.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I want to have a double face cam if we're gonna I'm having face cam.
That's what I'm saying. We'd both be doing it.
Yeah.
And all we'd have to do is say on Skype or something, or maybe Discord, some way we have to figure it out, where we can put the video, like both of our cameras on the same screen. And then
I think Discord would be better put in that way.
Yeah, but we already have enough issues with Discord. I figure putting a video might make it worse.
Like, so you have
So we might have
issues.
to-
Let's add a video. Okay, guys, it's too much. It's too much. This is gonna explode.
On your computer, yes. Anyway, yeah, that's it. So, thank you all for coming to watch, and I suppose we'll see you next time. So, see you then.